that Aurora should be favored in this matchup, but did the draft offset things, Avery?
Draft can only do so much, Austin.
Okay. Did it do anything at all for Aurora? Think they got that plus 5%, plus 10%?
I think there's a decent amount of pressure on their support duo in terms of the control to set up 3 damage dealers, in a sense. I mean, Dawnbreaker's a hybrid hero, but these control spells from the supports really have to land to make this draft work. Whereas I think Liquid is just a little more well-rounded. I'm still not a fan of the Dusa.
I know.
But I do think Luna has looked pretty solid. I always liked this hero, and Boxy had that ridiculous Marcy game in the previous patch.
Yep.
So if he can replicate that with the pick-me-up, it's a really scary facet to play against, both offensive and defensive capability-wise.
And something that if you can use that Marcy to get on top of the supports of Aurora, you blow them up quickly, then there goes most of your disable for the fight.
Yeah, you just kite everybody else out. Interesting to see Rubik coming back in the meta a little bit. There's an insane Siggy, I think he would say. Did take the Arcane Accumulation, which can do some work in the later game. I'm not sure this is the best accumulation game. The one thing I like about Rubik
what did he want? Chakram?
That's what I'm not sure. I think the biggest upside for me about this hero that was kind of undersung for a while is he will try and dodge this kill attempt. No dagger.
Panto, didn't go dagger, so this is free.
Yeah, a little awkward.
Yeah, that's a shame for Aurora.
I really like Rubik versus the magic damage heavy lineups because the extra magic resist that hero gets is redonkulous. And you would just become absurdly tanky. Like, the Rubik Zeus matchup is so damn good for him. You're invincible versus that hero. And then at some point, you're going to steal Bolt or Wrath. You feel really good.
Okay, so you're saying that is not this game.
Yeah, that's my kind of issue with the Rubik in this game, is there's some okay spells to steal, but Timber doesn't care about your magic resist. The Terrorblade doesn't care. The Dawnbreaker doesn't care. There's not really a good core matchup for him to play into. And I think that is one of the things that can make Rubik a lot more viable, particularly from 5 in some of these games. He can be deceptively hard to kill. And as we've seen in the last few metas, if your supports are really tough to kill, they tend to be pretty viable. If your support is tough to kill and he can win the lane, he tends to be a really good pick. Now, if your support is tough to kill, he wins the lane, and he can farm out waves/camps independently,
oh, baby,
you better first pick that hero, because he's going to be top tier in the meta. Those are my 3 boxes.
So what are the examples of that in the past?
Of what?
Of the 3 stats you just listed. Boxy, he's going to take a lot of damage here, but he does have that rebound jump away.
What were they? I've already forgot them.
There's no way you forgot them.
So hard to kill,
win the lane, farm lanes.
Yeah, I think Ringmaster was in there for a little bit.
Okay, yeah.
Right? This hero was dominating laning phases. He's
for sure
extremely hard to kill with the box plus the facets, the little classics. And then you get these whip talents, so the whip gets upgraded. You clear waves pretty fast. And it's not that mana intensive. His stats are pretty good.
Yeah.
I feel like he was in
you would say that's
2.5 out of 3.
Yeah, 2.5.
And that's pretty good, right? That's enough to elevate this hero to a pretty high status. That's why heroes like Marcy are really dangerous, because what is Marcy doing out of all of this?
She may or may not win the lane. Probably not. She doesn't clear waves. That's for sure. She is hard to kill. 1 out of 3.
Is she, though? I think this hero's really easy to kill, honestly.
Well, I guess that's dependent on how successful your lane is. Some of these, I mean, the fact that Marcy can just rush straight BKB, right? Like, you don't need any other items on this hero to make her work. You can literally just rush BKB, and then she becomes quite hard to kill.
So for me, the threshold of that, I guess, is maybe higher. You know, I'm thinking of heroes like the support Tiny that was pretty popular, support Hoodwink. I know it was popular, and he's just always scurrying in the trees. Really hard to lock this hero down, right?
Yeah.
The hero, to me, has to have 1 or 2 mechanics that innately make it difficult for a core to lock onto this hero and just all in it in the fight. And Marcy, I think, doesn't really have that. If you can lock onto this hero and all in him, it's pretty straightforward a lot of time.
Mira, little shackle just to try and keep himself alive for a couple seconds longer. Goes for the neutral, deny, but the foul play plays against him in that situation.
Nice little pickup. Win the lane with Rubik, you're super happy.
Smart by V2. He did a half pull rather than a regular pull on that easy camp as well. So, it's the little things. The safe lane for Liquid. V2 and Insania, they're doing all right. The struggles have very often been the Liquid off lane. And now that's not going so well. CS 9-2 for the Medusa, so.
He's getting owned. Insania's super far up here.
Yeah, a little bit too far forward there. Toronto Tokyo going to be tossed back. Insania will survive. At least for now. Mira man's up for another hit, but he took so much damage in return. That trade-off ends up being pretty worth it for Insania. Or at least for V-Tune anyway, because V-Tune's now living in a free lane.
Well, this Luna's still a beast in the laning phase, especially these double-range dual lanes versus a melee core. You have a beam interrupt. It's a nice matchup versus the Dawnbreaker.
Yeah, you can't Starbreaker in this lane. Just too many easy stuns.
But yeah, it is Saberlight at the bottom of the pack. Just not having fun versus the Ringmaster Terrorblade, even with some nerfs going into that Terrorblade meta.
I feel like there shouldn't be a problem getting more last hits than there is. I just don't see Terrorblade Ringmaster keeping you out of lane as much as what's happening right now. Rebound into the Terrorblade, but it does mean they're going to get double whip. They all in for Nightfall, toss him back into Saberlight. Saberlight still okay on mana. Boxy trying to chase after him. Oh, they're being kited a little bit now. That's going to be annoying. Nightfall dips into the trees and should be away. He could probably just run up and TP back.
Meanwhile, the Rubik finished off the Dawnbreaker top. Another big kill for this dual lane up there.
Oh, pulled him into the snake. That's a cool little bit of synergy. Didn't think about that idea. Well played.
Boxy making moves.
And Nightfall TP'd all the way back to base, too. He had no extra regen from him or Panto, so he had to go back to Fountain.
You know, while we have a pause here, Austin.
Yes, Avery?
I'm just going to say something that's on my mind.
Okay.
Every time we have a Dota patch, by the end of the patch, all we hear from pro players is complaining. Oh, this patch is stale. It's old. I don't want to play the same heroes over and over. I have to first pick Terrorblade, do some Morphling TA every game, blah, blah, blah. So guess what? Valve gives them a patch. And then guess what they do? They still play the same stupid heroes that they have been complaining about. If you are Saberlight on a new patch, why are you playing offlane Medusa?
Because it's still good?
No, it's not. And number two...
no, I would think they would disagree with that. As
even if it is good,
of pro players.
Even if it is good, I refuse to believe that is the right call. Like, you should have some moral decency and pick something different. Otherwise, shut the hell up about the previous patch. It's hypocritical, Austin.
Okay, but like, how else are we supposed to make content if the pro players don't complain about things?
Maybe they can just be nice.
That's not going to happen. You know that.
This is a crazy dive.
Kiyotaka with the haste rune dove behind this tower. They did get the support pickup of Insania, but Nisha was forced to rotate, saving V2's life. Now they're going to go after the Ringmaster, see if they can trade out supports. Got a toss on him. Panto hops over with the whoopee cushion, and away he goes.
Hard to kill. Checks the boxes. Would Marcy have gotten out there? Probably.
They're still going. They still got him.
Not that hard to kill.
Boxy's in deep, and Kiyotaka, well, that's going to be a very dead Marcy. So not able to actually compete for the Wisdom Shrine here.
It's a very even early game, all things considered. Both the offlaners getting owned a little bit, giving away some kills. And then you just have this Timber Saw out of mid that's a little ahead of the Tiny, but not XP-wise, which I think is what you'd prefer between these two heroes. Very interesting setup. Probably just going to look for Solar Guardian if you're Aurora and play through this Timber with Solar Guardian backup. Again, control has to come from the supports this game, so look at where they roam to. And if you're Liquid, you can counterplay that. With this Marcy, you can turn a lot of these ganks around. The Marcy interrupt after the Ringmaster Shaman commit to the initial play is really strong this game. Because Shaman's just going to be sitting there licking you.
Rebound on top of Mira. And he may have the foul play, but surrounded by three heroes, unlikely to live. Nisha almost dies to that whirling death, but Kiyotaka doesn't commit. Now he's going to be inside the Eclipse, and he couldn't Timber Chain away. Nicely timed from V-Tune, both the Eclipse and the nuke to be able to stop the Timber Chain. And they're going to take the stack. Oh, this just gets better and better for Liquid.
Nice little arcane rune for Nisha, enabling it all. And this is where Luna thrives. Early fighting, joining these skirmishes in open areas where Eclipse just gets max value. And this is one of the original counters to Timbersaw. One of the best carries in the game against Timber. Really shuts him down at key points. Every time you can snag one of those kills. It's massive.
Still a bad matchup against the Terrorblade, though, right?
Yes, but you have options, right? You do have a lot of spell damage you can throw into him. You have this Ags potential, and I would not be surprised if V-Tune goes for that Ags again this game. He's already eyeing it up. Not a item/spell that the Terrorblade deals well with at all. This is not a complete one-to-one matchup. Also, Terrorblade, he's been nerfed, right? He's coming off a patch where he was thriving. He's on the downtrend. Luna on the uptrend. These things matter, Austin. That's just basic economics.
I guess. Dawnbreaker rebound out of the ultimate. Boxy. He couldn't make the Slark work quite as well as 9 class, but his Marcy is a specialty. They dive past the tower in order to get some damage on him, but Dusa Marcy will survive. This lane is tough to bring down.
He has really made this rebound/pick-me-up look good. The rest of the heroes look okay, but that part of it is looking really good in his hands.
Yep. Play for 10-minute power rune. Nisha hoping it's top. Kiyotaka, bottom. It's bottom. Region.
Body art is going to be nice later as well. Throw it on the Luna. It's going to feel good. Extra lifesteal.
Yeah.
And more stacks going to the Tiny.
Yeah, Nisha. It's got Phase Boots, Soul Ring, and is working towards that Blink Dagger through all these stacks. Smoke up. Boxy, Insania, Nisha. Gonna have to make this move fast, though. The mid-wave is pushing in.
They want the Terrorblade here or the Timber, one of these big cores. They have level 6 on Rubik to give them the extra damage. Solar Guardian coming up in 30 seconds, so you have a window to make this play.
Oh, they're gonna get there right as the Terrorblade walks past them. They go for the Ringmaster instead, take what they can get, and should lay claim to this bottom tower.
Level 2 Tame the Beast deal, not too bad here. Anytime you get some extra stuns on this hero, feels great.
Yeah, that actually, maybe that's what he was thinking. The Arcane Accumulation, getting Tame the Beast, extra cast range, extra AoE, that sounds really sick.
They didn't change these facets, right?
No, I don't think so. Still just less mana cost or bigger AoE. Boxy chasing forward. Nisha joins him. Dawnbreaker ult is going to come in. Boxy using the movement speed from his ultimate to try and run away, but it's right into Nightfall. So Aurora not going to give up their safe lane tower so easily. With Kiyotaka joining in. Will not be able to get the extra kill. And Stania stealing Timber Chain is a very nice one. He's going to try and steal away this power rune. In fact, with V-Tune, they might just be able to kill him again. Oh, escape back. That bails him out for the time being, and Kiyotaka gets Strongman Tonic. So, double save there. Panto giving him everything he's got. Bailouts his mid lane.
You really have to be careful these open areas as a Timber in this game. Get caught up at these stuns, you're going to get chain stunned. There's a lot of magic burst between the cores if they show up to the fight.
Timber Chain's in with the telekinesis. Boxy helps them out, and they both escape. Very good coverage from Team Liquid.
Mega ward for what?
Yeah, it's just left out there in the open. All it's going to do is block that hard camp. Nisha's not letting this go. Keeps on carrying them all the way back to the tower.
Shackle on Insania now. Gotta watch for these control spells. I honestly think this is kind of the game plan. Steal as much as you can from these two supports. They have a lot of good spells for you to get. And you can get some extra control, throw it on the cores, then you're even happier in this game.
Yeah.
Solar Guardian available in 20 seconds now. Gotta keep this cooldown in mind if you're Aurora. Your team fight's way stronger with it around the map.
Saberlight takes the top tower. So he's putting that Meteor Hammer to use. Not where you would usually expect the Medusa to be.
This game has recovered a lot. He's just farming it up. Boxy.
Stuck in a corner. Somebody help Boxy. Somebody rebound him. He has nothing to jump to.
Did it to himself, honestly.
Yeah, kind of did. That's okay. Liquid still have the top 3 cores of the game. Wisdom Shrine coming up, and it looks like Liquid are going to make a move. Toronto-Tokyo has backed away from his own shrine. Do they know this is coming? Seems like it. Got a scan on him. Teleport's coming in. They're going to be late to this party. Trying to take this one. Gorgon's Grass into the Meteor Hammer. It locks down 2. A very good start already for Team Liquid. Stonegates gets used. Good wheel, though, from Panto. That kind of saves the situation. There was a losing scenario, as is. No Wisdom Shrine. A lost team fight, perhaps. Escape back. Going to be used. Bails out Toronto-Tokyo with a snake. It'll chase him down to the end. And Kiyotaka dies off screen due to yet another V-Tune Eclipse. He is just hunting down Kiyotaka every single time this ultimate comes off cooldown.
Brutal matchup for Kiyotaka, and he's not been able to dodge it too much this game. V-Tune's had his number. Aurora definitely not expecting that level of commitment on the shrine. I think they're thinking one hero's there trying to sneak it. You just run up with the shaman, try and get there in time. But it was a solid move from Liquid. Definitely caught him off guard. The blink on the Tiny was flying in while that sequence was happening. So you get it for the second half of the fight. And that's just too easy, man. Amp damage, rebound him in. Whew.
And that's without level 2 Eclipse. Level 11.5, so that level 2 Eclipse is going to be even more brutal.
This is where I don't like Aurora's draft, because I think I hate these lineups where you have 3 cores that all just kind of want to farm and deal damage and don't set anything up. It's so hard to play the map. You feel like you have to protect all of them if you're the supports. You have to wait for all their timings. You don't have a hero you can go and play behind unless this Timbersaw completely snowballed mid lane out of control, which is unlikely to happen with this hero.
Yeah, I was going to say, theoretically, isn't Timber the hero that they are supposed to play around? Especially
you
with
have
Dawnbreaker.
You have to own your lane and then be pushing the tower or something. Maybe Aurora were just supposed to try lane mid at 6 minutes and just force Liquid to fight the Timber early, but Tiny is not that bad in this matchup. He deals a lot of magic damage. And now you're in big trouble, because what are you supposed to do to make plays to come back around the map and not just get out-farmed? This Luna is going to go to work.
A lot of Atos into Gorgon's Grass, into Meteor, into... Okay, it interrupted the Meteor. A little awkward there from the rebound of Boxy. Sunder's going to be put to use here. Saberlight doesn't mind, still has plenty of mana. V-Tune, big hits though. Ooh. Between the Ward at Nightfall and Toronto-Tokyo, they just chunked down that Luna.
He did not respect the Ward damage.
No.
I mean, this thing hits really hard. Hits for about 300 a pop to heroes, level 1.
Oh, he broke the trees. Hit him with the avalanche around him. Wheel is going to be a bit dangerous, though. Only caught Boxy in the taunt. Now Saberlight wants to chase after them. Stone Gaze for the extra movement speed. See if he can get close enough to hit his Gorgon's Grasp. He will not, but a rebound. Escape back will dodge some of that, but he comes back in. He's dead. Boxy fighting for his life over Toronto-Tokyo gets that kill. Rod of Atos into the Meteor Hammer will land. Bit of stuns. Nisha's coming in soon for an avalanche. And I think Toronto-Tokyo, unless he can somehow juke out Nisha actually blinks backwards. Didn't want none of that.
Pretty low resources there. No reason to take himself off the map to go for the gamble kill there. As, yeah, stolen Whirling Death for Insania definitely doing some work in that fight. And the wheel just didn't end up taunting everybody.
Yeah, only caught Boxy even though he was surrounded by 4 heroes.
The wheel position was really good. The taunt just didn't send people into it.
Yeah. He didn't have the space, I think, to be able to hit him with the whip.
And sometimes you just can't fit it all in, Austin.
Sometimes. 5,000 net worth lead now as a result of these bad team fights. Liquid.
Well, bad for who? Bad's a relative opinion. Great team fights for Liquid.
Yeah, the implication was bad for Aurora.
Yeah, really bad team fights. Aurora.
And as a result, all 3 cores are scaling up on Liquid. They're going to be dealing with the Radiance Medusa. They're going to be dealing with an Aghanim's Luna at some point. He's got the Mask of Madness Manta, and will now start building that Ags.
This Ags is going to crush them if they do not get to BKBs.
Yeah, you can see Kiyotaka isn't even thinking about an Aghanim Scepter. Straight BKB for him. Baiting out V-Tune right now. Boxy is behind him. So this should be okay. Oh, they rebounded him in. Boxy goes for the kill onto Mira, while V2 needs to use that movement speed to dodge a little bit. Now he comes back in. Toronto Tokyo with a blade mail, hoping it protects him. Kiyotaka chasing after Boxy. Nice juke. Rebounds away from Kiyotaka and dance away from another Timber Chain. Boxy hit by a Chakram. Looks like he may finally die or not. Nisha hits him with the Avalanche. Blinks away from the wheel. The Eclipse will be the death of that Timber Saw once again.
They are getting juked around these fights so damn hard by this Marcy. It is absurd. At this point, you just need to take Boxy out of the exchange for you to have a chance. You can't even get Toronto Tokyo.
The lack of control.
Oh, it's rough.
It's even worse if the supports are so heavily countered by this rebound from Marcy. Like, you can't shackle a hero.
Yep.
And expect to be able to blow it up like you normally would.
And that's the problem with the lineup is the supports have to go in for the control. You have no other lockdown, so you can't send a Storm or Ember in, force a rebound out, and then Hex and shackle the Marcy. You have to go on somebody, and it just makes Boxy's life super easy. He's been playing it damn well.
Yeah, super sick plays throughout this fight.
Like, the fact he survives there, it's just ridiculous. He jukes a Chakram, Whirling Death, jukes the chain, jukes another chain, another whirling, another Chakram. How many? Kiyotaka basically used 600 mana to try and kill this guy on a 3rd HP, and he walks it off.
He's just nasty with it.
That's one cool dude.
Dire are scanning.
I think being a drummer makes you a better Dota player.
Yeah.
All about timings.
Yeah, drummers are just awesome. Definitely makes you a better lover.
In case you didn't know, Avery is a drummer, everybody.
I just winked at the camera, but no one can. I don't know why. There's no one even in here, and there's no camera on.
Smooth, smooth.
I just want the audience to know that.
If only there was a verbal wink you could do. Do you think you're a better boxer? You thought I was going to say something different. Do you think you're a better drummer, excuse me, than Boxy?
Well, I don't know. I've never seen Boxy drum.
You haven't seen him in some of the pregame?
I'm pretty washed nowadays, though. I think he's probably better.
Okay.
Unless he just does it as a very casual hobby. Now, if I got back into form, I would absolutely crush him.
How long would it take you to get back into form?
Probably 3 months.
Okay.
Of like solid try hard. You know. My current form is bad.
Tormentor is not Aurora's for the taking. They are simply just not strong enough for that. And Liquid, on their way to the Tormentor, will find Aurora slipping. Catch Panto trying to get through the gate. Now they'll do that Tormentor for themselves, see if they get the shard for Boxy, which I think would probably be the better one for them. Indeed, they get it. Bit of extra damage, and now you can rebound off of enemies.
That's a nice one. Even more mobility in the fight. This is the spell you're trying to play around anyway. And this Luna's going to be pretty damn scary. With this Ags BKB build-up with a Marcy behind him. The Marcy already has Vlad's. A lot of damage amp, a lot of lifesteal. He's just going to be able to sit here and hit whoever he wants.
Until you get Butterfly, though, I do feel like Aurora have the damage to focus Luna down.
If
I don't
the
think
control's there.
Yeah.
But that's my question in this game. Can this Shaman Ringmaster give you the control with the amount of interrupt Liquid have? You have Avalanche, you have Toss, you have the Rebound, you have Lucent Beams, you have Stone Gaze, you have Lift, you have a Stolen Spell. Every hero can stop these shackles. Every hero can mess with the Ringmaster.
Look, Avery, I'm trying to give the audience an out here. I'm trying to disguise the outcome of this game a little bit.
Dire's middle tower is under
Trying to
not
make it
supposed
seem
to
like
do that.
Aurora can, you know.
You're supposed to be honest and tell them exactly what's happening.
But it is possible for Aurora to blow up the Luna.
Oh, so last night when I said, do you believe in 23 Savage to carry this game on Gyro, you said I was just fabricating news and lying to the
You
audience.
were making shit up.
No, I believed in it.
Dire's top tower is
And
under
look at him
attack.
today. 2-0'd, the best Western European team in the world. Easy.
Easy. At this point, it's just Liquid, a little game of hide and seek. Run around the map, trying to find here. Oh, okay, that's the use of the Eclipse, I guess.
Radiant's
Cheeky.
middle tower
The thing is,
under
For D2, unnecessary.
This 15 talent, 70-second cooldown Eclipse. Pretty
Yeah.
bonkers. Like, this spell, I don't think has ever been this low cooldown when the hero's popular in the meta. Makes this build really strong. You already have another Eclipse in 40 seconds. It's just absurd.
Kiyotaka wants some action. He says there's no more Eclipse, so he Timber Chains in. Panto tries to join him. He's immediately dead. Kiyotaka pops his Aghanim Scepter. And Liquid just kind of play it slow. They ignore the Timber Saw bit. Not afraid of the armor blow up, that's for sure. Now that the armor's gone, they quickly blow him up. The Dawnbreaker ultimate comes in, and it doesn't do enough. With Kiyotaka dead, drawn to Tokyo just needs to try and escape, but Liquid have plenty of chase. Nisha, he's probably going to find... Ooh, Mira blinks away just before Nisha could catch him.
Dire's bottom
This entire game has just been Liquid controlling heroes and giving Aurora the runaround.
Radiant's middle
And one by
tower
one,
is
they
falling.
fall in the fight.
Yeah, they're so confident. Boxy just TP'd out right in front of them to go push out bottom lane. And Roshan time. You got a minute and a half before it switches over to the other side. Liquid have pretty good control of the bottom side of the map, so yeah, they're going to do it now.
Look at that lunar orbit animation. That's pretty sick. It's like a buzzsaw.
Okay. Is that the first time we've seen that spell?
With that glaive is what I'm saying. With the default glaive, it looks way weak. Look at it. It's, what is that, man? They're angled in the ground? Slicing it up?
The angle does make
Yeah.
it adds a lot to it. Yeah.
Why are you gaslighting me? Come on. You're supposed to be my friend. Sometimes it gets really lonely on the casting desk.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to be your friend, Avery.
Maybe I'm going to cry.
Now you're gaslighting the audience. This man tries to run through every door in front of me and slam it in my face.
Why would you tell them that? One, it's not true.
That is
Two,
100%
why would you tell
true.
them? There's only room for one person to go through the door at a time. There are also a lot of doors in the studio.
There is a lot of doors. We have to go through 3 doors to get from the green room to here. Goodbye, Panto.
Goodbye. You have been orbital bombarded.
Yeah, not too hard to kill now, that's for sure.
Well, Terrorblade's top net worth.
Yeah, he is. I mean, I guess props to Nightfall that he's managed to keep his farm up. Nobody else really has, though.
Pretty hard not to keep it up with Demon Zeal Terrorblade.
Yeah, that's true.
I just think you have to buy BKB in this game, and he's not high in it.
Did they nerf Demon Seal yet?
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yes.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Less
40
less move speed.
He had 100 movement
Radiant's
speed?
top tower has
Why do you think
fallen.
this guy's like the fastest farming hero in the game?
Dire's bottom tower is under
I mean, I knew Demon Zeal was bonkers. I just didn't know he was that insane.
There's a pipe.
Who
for
put
the
a
Dawnbreaker.
triple-digit number on it?
Radiant's top
For
tower
movement
is
speed.
under attack. Dire's bottom tower has fallen.
What are you asking me? I don't work at Valve. Wink, wink.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Wink out. Okay, T-Governor.
High ground defense.
Radiant's top tower is
Time to show your worth.
Radiant's
Try and get a
top
good
tower
angle.
is
You do not
fallen.
want to run into the Dusa here.
Yeah, and Nightfall bought out a
Oh,
Chrysalis.
found the Rubik.
He's pretty all in to this early fight. Clips comes through, and the Shadow Shaman and Toronto Tokyo are right in the middle of it. They're going to take a lot of damage, but at the same time, it didn't look so good for Liquid. V-Tune's down about a half HP. Box is coming in to get the Terrorblade. They got him. And V-Tune, he still has stages, so he doesn't even care about Toronto Tokyo going at him. Mira waiting for his opportunity to come back in with his Blink Dagger. They do manage to take out the Tiny. If he can isolate V-Tune, there's a chance here. Kiyotaka still running around with his Aghanim Scepter going, but they spotted Mira. They take him out. There goes a bunch of the control. V-Tune's going to start making a break for it. Toronto Tokyo, can he hit him with the Starbreaker? Trying to catch up. Gets on top and hits him with the Starbreaker. That slows him down, and now Kiyotaka can chase after him, finishing him off.
Not a bad fight for Aurora.
Yeah, very good. They only used one buyback for that.
It could have gone even better, too. Almost finished off that Rubik, and if you get a Thunder off on the Terrorblade, you just completely win that. They did a nice job jumping the supports first, putting a lot of pressure on the Rubik, which forced Liquid to just commit. The Eclipse didn't do a lot. It got absorbed by the Dawnbreaker. New pipe on Toronto Tokyo. Did a lot of work there, and man, Kiyotaka did so much damage to Luna just blinking on him, dealing the combo. 1,700 damage. That's a lot. Teamfight's starting to heat up. This Harpoon gives you a little more control. The Blink on the Timber lets you play more aggressive without the supports going in super deep. Starting to get some items here that make the teamfight easier.
So you're saying they could blow up the Luna?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's very doable. Outside the BKB.
I almost feel bad.
That is the crux of the problem here. BKB for the upcoming fights is going to be an issue for Aurora. And once he gets Butterfly, then that becomes an issue for the Terrorblade. But for now, the Terrorblade's damage is pretty solid, and he's got a Revenant's Brooch. So that will really start slicing that Luna up.
This Dawnbreaker is becoming a problem. He's very tanky in the fight. The ults have not really done much this game because of the rebounding and all that, but just once he's in the fight and he's hitting people, it's not a target Liquid want to focus. It's not a target that Tiny can burst.
And he just got a big talent, too.
It's an issue.
The Luminosity attacks. That's a really big talent when you go this fast.
How big?
I would say it's a 7 out of 10 talent.
What are the units on that?
OP-ness?
What? What? Huh? What did you just say?
The art of being OP.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I heard too. Okay, there, Austin.
Rebound away, Boxy.
Never gonna ask you for units again.
I thought you would have appreciated that one.
Oh, what a toss back. He has Blade Mail though.
Toss back into the lawnmower. But yeah, Toronto Tokyo with his Blade Mail. Way out the Blade Mail. Now go back to him, and yeah, he really just cannot get away from them. Stone Gaze sitting in front of him as well. Nisha, he'll catch up to the Timbersaw now. Timbersaw half HP, gets off the BKB, gets off his Aghanim Scepter, runs at the Luna.
Yeah, and he Nightfalls.
Realizes that it's not good enough. And
Nightfall.
follows his carry position back to the fountain.
Probably advised him on that play.
You think he does Nightfall sessions with each one of the players?
He might have called it. Said, brother, you got a Nightfall right now. You're not going to make it.
The only way we can win this game is if you Nightfall.
It's like some really dog shit anime final move.
Behold, my final move. Teleports away from fight.
Radiant's top barracks has fallen.
Liquid still have their BKBs available. There's one on the Marcy as well. They're all off cooldown. This pushes. Not nothing.
Middle tower is under attack. Radiant's middle tower.
Just as you were clawing your way back in this game. Lose another big team fight, and you're just going to have to jump here.
Insania makes the jump. Telekinesis,
Oh, the
Eclipse
ult.
used, and the avalanche over the top. They got both of them. Nightfall and Panto both die to that initiation from Insania. The Mega Ward, it's going to be dropped. They're going out to Luna. They got her. Don't need the Terrorblade.
It's going better without the
You got
Terrorblade.
the Giga Ward.
Radiant's middle barracks has
Saberlight not having the most mana here. Nisha is going to help Saberlight disengage, though. Tossing away Toronto Tokyo. Gorgon's Grass, though. Saberlight goes back in after the Shadow Shaman. We'll get him with a snake.
Cores are still up here. Maybe make something happen. It's tempting.
Goes out to the Timbersaw. They have the Chakram. He has to use the BKB. Got off the Aghanim Scepter, too.
Buyback from the Shaman. They
now
want
he
to catch.
wants Insania. And he should be able to get him here. The Aghanim Scepter blowing him up. There it is. Aurora. They're kiting him around decently here. Nisha, there's no way to stop this one. Gorgon's Grasp does not stop the shackles. Teleport away from the Dusa. Barely makes it in time. Boxy teleporting in late to the fight. Now he gets caught. And he won't even have a chance to use his BKB. He is dead again.
Little bonus there for Aurora on the way out. Super successful fight for them. You have to buy the Shaman, but considering the Terrorblade went down to the Luna Orbital for free, did nothing, these other two cores are more for making up for it. And I don't know about you, Austin, but I swear every game I watch with this offlane Dusa, it seems useless. I feel like it's just empty numbers. Like it puts up some 3-0-10, 8-0-2, and it's just useless. It's not a closer.
Okay, but it's not supposed to be a closer.
What is it?
It sets you up. It sets up the carry to close out the game. Maybe there's a problem with the fact that V-Tune still has a 9-second BKB.
Okay.
That might be a problem.
Don't get so aggressive.
Don't be hating on the
Don't
Dusa.
get so aggressive. Calm down.
Just because the carry ain't hitting his buttons.
Maybe offlaner isn't controlling enough for him to hit his buttons.
I mean, you gotta admit, V-Tune's died like 2 or 3 times now with his BKB still up.
Yeah, he's been very patient with it.
Very patient.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
Well, Toronto Tokyo's dead.
How'd he die? He got caught by the Dusa, setting up the rest of the team.
Any hero could have caught him there.
What? That's not.
This is the slowest hero in the game. Literally any hero with a stun would have caught him there. In fact, would have caught him faster and made that play more efficient. Despite the Dusa continuing to hold Liquid back, they're making strides. They get caught in the river, though.
Get out the BKB, double rebound away. Insania with the stolen Dawnbreaker ult.
Yeah, that's not where he wanted to end up, to be honest.
No, he was a little spooked there.
It's an aggressive spell for a little spellcaster.
Dire
Aurora.
are scanning.
They pop the meta. They have ant damage.
Oh, Nightfall. He has BKB
They're
as well.
wrap around. Even
Can
though
do
it's
a
a
lot.
4 versus 5, they think they got a chance, but they whiff on the initiation. And now, they put the offlaner in the front line. Saberlight, he's just going to tank through. Foxy getting jumped by the Timbersaw. Does manage to survive, though.
Surprised they're not forcing this with this amp damage BKB Terrorblade.
They want to, but there's the Dusa in the way.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
They could just cut through him very easily.
Yeah, it's super easy to kill this 6,000 effective HP hero.
He has been nerfed. Is that the sound effect from the Dusa walking?
The undulating. Oh, yeah.
What do you think they did in real life to make that?
Yeah, probably mash some sticky fruit.
What?
Why? You asked. I came up with something.
You're on something
What do you think
today,
they did?
man. You're on something today.
What do you think they did, huh?
I asked you. I don't have to answer the question.
Well, now I'm returning the question back to you.
I feel like they, stroked a fish or something. Like,
Oh my god! All right, I regret asking you. I'm so sorry.
dude,
Look at all the
almost
damage on
dead.
V2. Jesus!
What was
Between
that?
the Roshan Roar and the Chakram, got that roar of retribution, man. Takes
Yeah, you really
extra
have to
damage.
respect Roshan spells now.
I love that, by the way. I love that they give Roshan a fighting chance to actually do something, rather
I
than just
agree.
being a punching bag.
It's been 2 weeks for too long.
Agreed.
Quit sending them useless Dusa in first.
Found an opening. They can't get around this Dusa. Dawnbreaker ultimate from Toronto Tokyo comes in. Chakram, he tried to jump in. Kiyotaka tried to go for V-Tune here, but now he's got to get away. Boxy, he's going to be left. Oh, he got off the BKB ultimate. Holy crap. He just life-stealed a shit ton through there. V-Tune all in on Nightfall. Can he get it off Sunder? Saves himself using the Sunder on a Panto, but now he has to fight. There's no running away from this one. There's no running away from this one. He's going to try and run away from this one, and he will be cut down by Nisha. A TP away from the Medusa.
Trade carries again. A buyback from Boxy. Technically a one fight for Aurora in terms of golden XP. They've just been on V-Tune and he cannot survive the fight. Doesn't have Satanic. Can't deal with the damage output from these two cores. Sure, the Terrorblade's continuing to suffer, but so is this Luna once that orbital goes out. Did some decent damage here to the Terrorblade, but Nightfall did not just get instantly bursted by it. That's a big difference from some of those previous fights.
Yeah. Crazy that Boxy was able to kill the Shadow Shaman like that.
Also, I don't think I've ever seen this. 5 of the same neutral item. Tier 4 for Aurora, they all have an Outworld staff.
Oh, really?
That is wild.
Why?
I mean, you dodge the Luna ult.
Yeah, but it doesn't. You only last 0.7 seconds. You're still going to come back out inside of it. Escape back going to be used here. Trying to get Mira back to the safety of the high ground. Saberlight chasing after him, missing the Gorgon's grasp. Kiyotaka jumps down to the low ground after Nisha. Nisha tosses the pesky Timbersaw away. He does not want to match up against that Whirling Death.
Stolen Giga Ward, by the way.
Oh, yeah, that's... Feed some gold to Aurora, 250.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
See if Aurora protect their Giga Ward. Maybe not. They smoke, though. 5 Outworld staffs ready. Can Liquid deal with the Johnson? Every time you go on someone, Outworld staff. You go on another guy, Outworld staff.
Yeah, but it only lasts 0.7 seconds.
Yeah, it's a mini phase shift.
Yeah, very mini.
So that's all you need. If it gets you a Thunder, if it gets you a BKB, I don't know. It's
Quarter of a phase shift. Jumping after Nisha. Nisha forced to use his BKB. Nightfall in Toronto, Tokyo. Trying to run past the Dusa. Go for Nisha. Boxy, meanwhile, once again, just taking it to the Shadow Shaman as quick as they can. Nice steal from the Rubik. That'll help Boxy up. Boxy is able to rebound himself away, trying to get away from Panto. Slowed down underneath the wheel. Will manage to get him. Gorgon's Grass into the Meteor Hammer. Catch Toronto Tokyo. He puts him together with the Harpoon. Swings on him. Nightfall chasing after V-Tune. V-Tune again. Oh, Manta dodge. Little bit of a dodge there is enough to keep him alive. Saberlight, he'll start making a run for it with his Stone Gaze.
God.
Taka might still be able to chase. Dodges the Rod of Atos there with a Blink Dagger. Nisha will toss him away. Nightfall still catching up with the reflection on Liquid, but they got back to their tier 2, so...
They almost lost Rax mid.
Yeah, they did.
Toronto Tokyo has to go back, defend it against the creeps.
Can they do Roshan? Oh no, it's going to the other side!
I mean, this might also be good for them because they had to push the lanes out.
Yeah, but this definitely gives Liquid a chance to be able to defend Roche. Whereas I think before, I don't think they could have taken it.
Feels like Liquid are just running out of damage.
Yeah, they are.
These heroes are way too tanky. They have scaled into this game, and now they are insanely difficult to bring
It's
down.
taking up on the high ground, spots out the Shadow Shaman.
The staff.
And with the Eclipse, oh, the pipe! They escape back to, oh, we got him with the Chakram. Insania pulling big moves on this Rubik. Now trying to get away, got away with the blink before the Chakram can hit him. Kiyotaka bites him. Oh, he pushes them back with the Psychic Headband. Telekinesis now seals the Timber Chain. Away he goes.
You're chasing Rubik. Liquid were thinking about Roshan. What's the bigger prize here?
Got it to half HP. Give up on it. Miro with the buyback. So Aurora still have 5 up. Boxy. Now he's back alive and will rejoin his team. Man, that was sick positioning. Insania looping around to drop the ward so they can get the back line. The Eclipses have been looking less and less threatening. With these cores and the Terrorblade illusions and all this
But now he
crap
has
is in the mix.
the Blood Right.
Radiant
It's a bigger AoE.
I
Maybe
Don't.
that's what he needs.
think that's gonna... Doesn't he want a smaller AoE? Doesn't he want his beams to just be hitting one target? I feel like, as you said, it's a damage problem. They want all of that damage dumped into as few targets as possible.
Nobody cares, Austin. It's bigger.
Okay.
And
guess
it's
so.
better. Another amp damage for Nightfall, by the way. They're smoking around the bottom part of this pit, trying to catch Liquid off guard. Get a monster fight out of this Terrorblade.
Kiyotaka leading the charge. Got up to the high ground. Saw that there's not much there.
Oh, ring around the ward.
Shiva's trying to spot some heroes. Spots Insania. Insania missed the Timber Chain. Rebounded away, though. Not enough. Nightfall got him with the final hit. A Hex thrown out on Saberlight. Liquid are very separated right
what a
now. They
combo.
throw out the Eclipse. They got the supports. Nisha put them together with the toss. A sick initiation from the mid laner of Liquid. That's going to cost them big as Mira used his buyback earlier. It's Panto who's going to use his now. Kiyotaka with this Aghanim Scepter. Nullifier takes that away. Saberlight, half HP, going to be tossed by Nisha. That bails out the Dusa, who's getting low on mana, thinking about going back in as the Snake refills some of that mana, but he's out. Once again, Nisha, Insania, well, he's going to die here. Chakram on a couple. Good avalanche. That'll stop him from chasing after them right away as they rebound, toss, do everything they can to retreat back to the tier 3s, but Nisha will be left behind. V2 pops his BKB, making a run for it. Nightfall hoping the damage is enough, and it is. Hiltam, now Saberlight in trouble. Rebound back to the fountain. He will survive, but 3 dead on the side of Liquid. With no buybacks, Aurora will still have tier 2s to deal with. They still have Roshan to take, but they will manage to get some objectives now.
The rundown is just brutal. Once Liquid are on the retreat, you can't escape. Massive talents in that fight as well for Aurora. They got level 25 on the Timber. He instantly takes that Timber Chain range speed. Lets him chase so much farther in the fight. Kiyotaka is doing so much damage, 7,000 coming out of this Timber Stall, as these blades are dicing Liquid up. And they got both supports off that single tiny jump.
Yeah, it's the cores that are just too damn strong. The Luna can't man fight the Terrorblade, can't man fight the Dawnbreaker either. They can barely deal with the Timber Saw. The only reason they can is because they have Nullifier.
They're getting outscaled really hard right now.
Yeah.
All 3 of these cores are powering up for Aurora. They have a Hex on the Timber as Hex arrives for the Dusa. But man, what is the answer for Kiyotaka on the front line? You have to land Nullifier on this guy, you have to burst all in him. You just can't stand your ground.
Dude, I can't believe Saberlight does this,
is
man.
under attack.
All right, he finally chose it. Finally turned in his curio for an upgraded crippling crossbow. So it does extra reduction of health restoration. That doesn't seem very good.
It's worth it.
Toss up. Oh, good rebound hit there as well from Boxing Nightfall on a sliver of HP, but they didn't finish him off. Nobody there to deliver the blow, so he got a big thunder out onto the Marcy. Instantly killed him. Saberlight limping away. Doesn't have much mana to work with. Kiyotaka, good save. Nisha, he gets rebounded up to the high ground. He needed that help. And now a grab from Boxy pulls the Luna out as well. Double saves from Boxy. Dispose and rebound, both bailing him out.
Boxy just continually having to buy back to keep these fights even.
Yep.
Didn't even get the Aegis out of Nightfall with the Thunder going off. Big damage problems for Liquid right now. They need to find a way to solve it. They need to line up everything and just take one guy down.
Well, level 25 coming in soon for the Medusa. Problem is that only just makes her tankier. That's already what she's doing. still doesn't solve the damage problem. God, if they just could have finished off Nightfall here, this could have been a very different fight. But Boxy gets 100-0'd by that Sunder when he had Kiyotaka on the ropes.
Timber just has so much effective HP to get through.
Yeah.
4,000 base HP, and then you're putting Pipe Aura behind him. You're putting a Ringmaster save behind him. You're putting a Solar Guardian. Trying to all in this guy is miserable right now.
His Dawnbreaker is getting real thick.
Yeah, he's a problem.
He's going to have an overwhelming blink soon. He already has 150 strength. So that's not going to be a small amount of damage.
It's a good. You'd say it's a good amount of damage, huh? Good amount.
I'd say it's a pretty good amount, though.
Out of a 0 to 10 on the OPNA scale.
Probably like a 5 out of 10, but it's mostly because of slot efficiency.
Okay, good to know.
Boxy cannot afford a dieback here, so he pops his BKB, teleports out, says, you guys are on your own. I'll come back once you get to the tier 3. Nisha's just getting diced up by this Timbersaw constantly. Kiyotaka has made it his mission to take Nisha out of the fight as quick as possible.
He's played this game really aggressive, and it has done work for Aurora. They need this kind of core in the fight to create space for the supports. Aegis will run out in a minute here. No high ground push. This game could be going the distance.
Oh, we do love that at DreamLeague.
Will they, the question is, if this game goes 60 minutes, will Aurora take 5 of the same tier 5 items?
Can you imagine if you took 5 Helm of the Undying and it's stacked? You died, but you don't die for 25 seconds.
I was surprised. I mean, talking about the new items in tier 5s, I was surprised they kept Book of the Dead.
Oh, no!
What? He's fine.
He's dead for 90 seconds. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's fine.
He's fine.
That gets his dieback off the board.
Unless Liquid maybe do something while he's dead for 90 seconds, the Aegis is expiring. That is one of their biggest saves. He had Blink Dagger with Escape Act.
Yeah, that was really bad. This is an opening for Liquid. They just got Refresher on the Luna. Now you have double Eclipse, double BKB to work with. That's huge for V-Tune. It's exactly what he needed in this game.
If I'm Aurora, I'm letting him have that tier 2. You guys can push high ground if you want. We'll defend that.
Feels tentative, though. You have to push your just farm. Sitting here for this dieback on the Ringmaster, not going to feel great when he respawns.
Yeah, Liquid feels like they can't do much with it, so back to farming.
Graph makes no sense. How does Liquid have an 80% chance to win? They're down 3,000 XP. They're down 12,000 gold. They have an 80% chance to win. It's increasing. What?
It probably doesn't know how to calibrate off-lane Medusa. Like, it's looking at it, it's like, well, this Medusa has 25,000 net worth. This hero starts carrying at that point. But it's a Medusa with Scythe of Ice, Rod of Atos.
So what you're telling me is
Hammer.
that the Medusa's net worth is inflationary, and that the hero's actual impact does not correlate to how much gold it's taken off the map.
In the late game, for sure.
Interesting.
But all heroes have downsides, Avery. There's no such thing as a perfect hero.
What about Pudge?
Shit, he got me there.
He's a perfect hero.
He is a perfect hero.
Pudge is a machine. He's a machine that turns hooks and flesh into -25.
Somebody make that one. My body is a machine. Aghanim Scepter could be good for the Rubik. Is it good?
It's okay.
He could steal Escape Act and get 2 charges. He could steal Shackles, the Aghanim Scepter. I don't know if that... I'm sure it does work, but in a weird way, it does Ether Shocks, and he doesn't have Ether Shock as a spell.
I just think it's getting really hard for him to stay in the fight and use spells. He needs long-range stuff, like getting the Chakrams. Maybe Whirling Death, you can blink in, and it's worth it.
I mean, if he steals Solar Guardian when the Dawnbreaker comes in, that's big.
If he has Ags, yeah.
If he has Ags, yeah.
His high ground is a little difficult with the toss-back Nullifier / Hex. I think that's what Aurora are really worried about here. And they do have an amp damage in the river. No one's seen. Roche can start spawning. Liquid are going to not take the risk of giving up this Roche and just smoke right as that timer starts ticking. Going to look for a pick off, some sort of map control.
He's trying to speed up Saberlight, but you can't make the Dusa faster. Time is of the essence. They're split right now. They're really split right now. He's going to be able to find the supports, and the Eclipse is on both of them. Mira might be able to get away because he has BKB, but Panto is already dead. Uses the neutral item, but he's surrounded. Nightfall, he blinks into this, though. Aurora have shown they can still win fights with just their cores, and they are showing it by dicing up V2. V2 gets off his BKB and his Satanic. He gets rebounded away. He refreshes now. A second Eclipse, a Satanic BKB going to be put to use. Kiyotaka easily tanking through this one. V2 and having some troubles. Has the Manta trying to chase. Kiyotaka couldn't get it. Meanwhile, Nightfall, he's dead. He got caught by Nisha. Saberlight Nisha combined together, put the damage, took out 2 of the cores, and now Kiyotaka, as tanky as he is, will eventually be caught. A Hex steal, and they've got him. 5 dead on the side of Aurora Liquid. I mean, that was a close one. The number of times that V2 almost died, but they pushed through.
Double Eclipse gives you a little extra oomph there. That second one didn't even really do anything. It's just the fact he has second BKB, Eclipse, Satanic, and can turn again.
Yep.
And just draws the fight on so long that you just collapse the backline for Aurora. And that backline is Nightfall in this case. After the supports are gone, he does not get his Thunder off. That is absolutely massive. And this is how you want every fight to start if you're Liquid, going on the supports. Take out the control. Now you can kite this fight out. We're seeing how hard it is for them to stick the damage onto targets. You get 1 Hex there off the Timber, and that's it. That's your control for this fight.
Mentioned V2 when he got hit by that avalanche. If he had not been stunned there, he might have been able to finish off V2 before Satanic Heal comes in.
He almost dies here as well.
Into Meteor Hammer. Into another toss.
That said, they're trying to end the game.
They are trying to end it. Got a wheel on 2. Beautiful setup and a rebound. Got V2 out of there. He drops the Eclipse. Stone Case. It stunned up Kiyotaka, but he's still catching up.
Oh, they stunned the Dusa.
They're going to just go out to the Dusa. Saberlight. He's going to try and go for the kill on Mira. Got him. His life is forfeit, but he's fine with that. He got a kill on the way out.
That's his first death in the game. 2,000 gold kill. As the push from Liquid comes to a halt. Buybacks. 3 committed for Aurora on all 3 cores. A massive investment. They need this Roshan now.
Yeah. And
he's walking top.
Liquid, are you going to give it to them? I suppose you probably are.
If you're not buying back instantly, yeah, you're giving it up. This is going to be way too slow. Aegis for the Terrorblade, Refresher Shard. Maybe also for the TB, you could give it to the Timbersaw as well. He wants to commit the slots for it. Just finished an Arcane Blink. This mega farm.
Toronto Tokyo will take the Refresher and ferry it to Kiyotaka.
This is, I think, the best outcome here. As the win probability is still... It just says this game is won by Liquid, apparently. Said that forever. Refuses to believe any other outcome is possible. Been declared by Gabe.
This will be interesting. V-Tune says his next item is Divine Rapier.
Sounds right to me. When you have Refresher, BKB, Satanic, you should not die for a long time in the fight. You need as much damage as possible. Need to keep scaling it up here. The Ags did arrive for Insania. He got a big Hex deal that fight. And these Timber spells do deal a lot of damage. If he doesn't go down first, he can do some work. It really feels like who jumps, who supports first.
Yeah.
Just going to win the fight. It seems easier for Liquid to do that. Particularly when Aurora are missing some buybacks.
Then again, I think Aurora can also jump the Luna if they can stop the Mars.
That's tough, though.
Radiant are
Yeah, it is.
scanning.
You have to, like, can you whip him mid-rebound? Does that stop him?
I don't think so. I also just don't think you can really plan on that anyway.
Sure.
You have to just all-in him super fast with the Timbersaw damage and the Shiva's amp off the Hex. It's definitely doable, but the cores have to be together. That's the big question. You know, honestly, the win probability chart, it probably just saw 5 Outworld stabs instead. No, you can't. You're not winning this game.
That's not even a neutral item we have calculated yet. Three of them are mystical and 2 of them are Titanic enchantments.
Radiant's bottom tower
That's
is
pretty
under
fun.
attack.
Well, here's that smoke with the Aegis. 2.5 minutes left for Nightfall. Has a Swift Blink. He can instantly get in there.
The cavalry has arrived.
Might just be running into the Dusa, who is buying out a Daedalus right now. So Saberlight's going to start hitting harder. They're finally going to deal with this tier 2.
V2 could buy Divine if he wants to. He's holding the gold. I think you just buy out here.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
I mean, they have 5 buybacks available on Liquid. They're playing it very safe.
I think this is better. He buys out the Demon Edge.
I guess you're just planning to wait out this Aegis anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going to wait out the Aegis, then yeah, this is the right call. And I was maybe surprised Aurora didn't force that harder, because now you're going to be in a situation where your Aegis runs out, you don't have buybacks on 3 cores for a solid minute, and Liquid can go for the kill. They really feel aggressive about it.
And there's a lot of ways Liquid can walk away with the win here. They could take Mega's bottom, which isn't a win, but puts them in a better and better position. They can go straight throne, or they can kill you in a team fight. With all the chaos that's been happening in these engagements, wouldn't surprise me if Aurora, they end up winning the fight and holding on, but Megas is taken, or they lose because they get throned.
And we got the Hex again.
That is a big steal.
Especially with the cast range he has.
He's also got level 25, so he's been stealing Chakram a lot. That'll just make that Chakram all the more deadly.
Oh, yeah. This boy has got some serious spell amp.
Time to farm up tier 5s. Nightfall is going to go out there while he still has the Aegis. But that camp is already farmed. It's just this Centaur camp farther down. See if Saberlight hits the high ground. Kind of like see if he can force Aurora back inside their base.
Sanya blinked in.
He did. They managed to get... Oh, escape back goes out. Dawnbreaker ultimate comes in. That helps bail out Mira. He's going to be okay, especially with that pipe. Eclipse is not a problem.
He got Solar Guardian, though, with that Ags.
Oh, that is going to be nasty. A toss back onto the Timbersaw. Terror Wave! What a big hit from Nightfall. Trying to dice up Nisha right now. Might just be able to get it, but he's going to be bailed out by Insania with the Dawnbreaker ultimate. Meanwhile, the Shadow Shaman has died, and they got the Stone Gaze done onto Nightfall. So he was able to put damage in. They're backing away. A retreat. Boxy lived with just 50 HP.
They got nothing.
They got a kill. They got a buyback, and they got out.
More damage done to Aurora. They just can't find the lockdown. To get the refresher out from the Luna should slow down the aggressive potential here from Liquid. That Divine Rapier's coming soon. And then that damage picks up really fast. Upside for Aurora is this might stall Liquid trying to take the fight while they don't have the buybacks available. They'll all be up in a minute here for the cores. That's massive, because you will always have gold for it on these heroes. And you got to get some tier 5s going. Got to get rid of these Outworld stabs. Not doing it anymore.
Everyone's still deciding what they're going to take. The only person is Nisha. He's settled on the Minotaur horn with fleet-footed, so big movement speed. Luna's going to take Book of the Dead. Are we going to see mass Book of the Deads then? I mean, if you're taking it on the carry, then either his options were terrible, or they want to run multiple Book of the Deads and just kind of run Aurora over in that regard.
Thinking about this crude fallen sky for the Timber.
Seems fine to me.
Minus 18% base attack time. That's pretty good.
Okay, maybe not that part.
Minus 8% intelligence made his mana pool smaller.
I mean, his HP regen's going to be off the charts, plus 30% to that. That's, I guess, what he was thinking. Had to be. I mean, he does get a lot of HP regen.
Yeah, but you got to remember, intelligence is also magic resist.
Okay.
This trade-off, I'm sure it's favorable, but it's kind of an awkward one to make. Oh, yeah.
Mirror and Boxy rocking out. We get back into the game, and both sides should get their chance to farm up all their tier 5 items.
Stygian for the Dawn. That's a lot of damage amp all of a sudden.
Look at the Helm of the Undying is pretty nice for Marcy. Minus 18% base attack time on Marcy when she's unleashed and she can't die.
I feel like you want one of these somewhere on the team.
For sure.
For the Aura. We get a Divine Regala for Insania.
What?
Nice, dude. Buff that damage. Dude, he has so much damage, actually. He has 42% base spell amp. He's getting 16% spell amp off the Timeless Enchant. He's getting 40% on stolen spells. He's basically dealing double damage with stolen spells. That is some grand Magus action.
Kind of sick. I thought we were going to see Divine Rapier and Regalia on the Luna. I thought we were just going to all in on one life. That sounded kind of sick.
That would have been badass.
It would have.
Double Helm for the supports on Aurora. Can't blame them. They have been dying a lot this game.
My prayers are answered.
Should you have multiple helms?
Yeah, why not? That way, if one guy dies, you still have another one.
When he dies and he's still alive for that 5 seconds, he's still giving the aura to everybody. If they die during that aura, do they still get the full 5 seconds, or do they die when he dies?
I'll be honest, Austin, I don't know what the fuck you just asked, and I'm going to ignore it.
Sure.
Nobody understood that question at all, but I'm just going to say yes. Every buyback available except the Shamans, and all the tier 5s have been claimed. Double Book for Liquid, double Helm for Aurora, and the last one was the Divine Regalia for Nightfall. He is all in. He might buy Divine and go Regalia now. Is he the king that was promised?
Dude, he's going to hit so hard. If he gets that...
He got Titanic on it, too. That's just straight nasty.
That is the best enchantment you could get on a Terrorblade.
Like, what is this?
Liquid smoke up. Not exactly sure why. I guess they're checking if Aurora's going to contest Roshan.
Or they're just looking for any sort of pick-off. They have all the buybacks available. No reason not to be aggressive. What in
Nightfall just
what was he doing?
blinked into them. Awkward. They got a stun though. Toronto with a tearaway. Okay, they just killed the Luna. And now Saberlight's dead as well. Jesus Christ, Nightfall does damage. Boxy pops his BKB and heads for the hills with his Unleashed. He'll be bailed out by a creep wave coming in.
Nisha cutting the wave right now. He got Hex. Yeah, they're teaming back for him.
Get him with the Giga Ward.
Oh, it's playing
Nightfall.
Oh my God, what is this,
Man, that was a tiny. That guy's supposed to be tanky.
I mean, the second you get that Stygian hit on him, and the Terrorblade just lays in, you're gone. You're absolutely gone.
And that's without the Divine Rapier. He still has not bought that.
Just thinking about it. V-Tune did not assemble his, so he did not lose it there. That's the one upside for Liquid.
Yeah.
And Aurora just going into Roche. They have swung this game back in their favor. Some crazy strong tier 5 neutral items.
Yeah, he could get the Aegis and buy out a Divine Rapier if he wants.
This is a nasty amount of damage right now. Liquid can't handle the heat, Austin.
Oh my God, an amp damage too?
What in God's name is this?
Jesus.
He's coming.
It is a walking nightmare.
Oh Lord, he's coming.
When his Swift blinks in.
Oh.
All right, that tier 3 dies pretty quickly.
He is chunking. He's a chunky boy.
They're hitting 2 different lanes at the same time. Insane. Oh, he got bashed. Wind Waker trying to get himself away. They throw out the Eclipse, trying to bail out their Rubik, but he's already gone. Gyutaka does end up dying for it, though. Now, quick retreat. Nightfall already at half HP. Nisha tries to chase after them using his buyback, but now they go back in on him. Hit him with a bash. Got the Sunder off. Nightfall's going to be okay. Got the Terror Wave off as well. They toss him up in the air. They all in for him. They got him once. Nightfall, Toronto who ulted in, he dead as well. Nisha trying to cover him. Nightfall blinks forward after V-Tune with the buyback from the Dawnbreaker, but a rebound away. Boxy tries to get him up, but Toronto with the Blink Dagger Abyssal finishes him off anyway. You could buy back on the Luna if you want, but are you going to have the damage?
He has Divine. He assembled it.
Push them together, rebound away. V-Tune, is he even going to be able to swing at this point in time? Everybody else is taken out. They're just gone. V-Tune is left alone. Boxy could buy back, but Aurora, they are going to clean out the base. They will get the full comeback and take game 1.
What an absolutely crazy game from them. This game felt so frustrating to play for so long, and they just
What's this epic adventure music?
It's pretty badass, though.
I will say, Austin, I think our boys in production are doing a fantastic job. Shout out to them and the music choices and the sound effects and all of that. Give yourselves a round of applause.
Round of applause all around, everybody. Round of applause for production. Everybody in chat, round of applause.
No horse in that race either.
Straight to the bottom with you.
And they've taken my tree away.
Avery's just trying to get rehired, that's all.
Overboard.
She brought it back
Leave
for
the
you.
tree, thank you.
The tree is a permanent part of the casting setup now. Saberlight has himself stuck. He cut open a tree.
That's why we keep the tree here, because that man just got sprouted like we're sprouted in real life. Everything comes together. You understand?
The way this schedule is going, we're definitely going to be stuck here a while, much like Saberlight was.
Yeah, I hope we're getting some overtime for this.
We're not.
Okay, well, then it's not a money tree.
If it makes you feel any better, the morning crew is having dinner right now.
That does make me
Nice.
feel better. I'm happy for them.
Nice. Went out to a nice restaurant.
First blood to Nightfall. That means he can really get to that BKB on time.
And
hit him with his signature move.
But that's what the Bat Rider is for. He won't be able to Nightfall in front of the Bat Rider.
I am genuinely excited to see what Nisha can do with this, because this Arsonist thing goes hard. You really do some DPS to towers.
Yeah.
You put a lot more stacks on people. I kind of believe in the concept. I just don't know if the players are going to be able to execute it this early into the patch, right? I feel like this hero is one of those cheesy heroes that needs a month to get the exact build on, the exact play style, and then it really performs. So I kind of have some executional doubts, but I think it's pretty cool, and I'm glad we get to see it try. And I'm glad we get to see it in the hands of Master Nisha, bronze level 5 Bat Rider.
Yes, of course. Nisha, well known for his Bat Rider gameplay.
I mean, he is messing Kiyotaka up. I'll say this lane does not look fun for a melee hero.
No, it does not. Unsurprisingly, though.
Especially Kunkka. This is a hero that is kind of the worst hero in this matchup because he doesn't use the wand charges at all.
Oh no, we got flame broken. I think he's dead. Another hit, maybe? Not quite enough. All right. He lives. He's got 14 wand charges.
Torrent is just
But
not the
Mira
Storm
is
space.
dead. Instead, V-Tune shocks the tree at him.
Yeah. Just like archery in real life, Austin.
I would love to see you throw that around like Tiny does.
Boxy in trouble as well.
Shadow Realm, he's okay for now. He sticks around to do a bit of Ion Shell damage. Or he stuck around just to stick around, I guess. Toronto Tokyo almost dead as well. He's got stick charges, though. He'll survive. But the lanes are kind of rough for Aurora right now.
Trying to push through it. I don't see this mid lane getting any better for Kiyotaka.
No, it'll only get worse.
I think this top lane can get better for Liquid. Land a Bramble, vacuum into the
back
Bramble.
into the Bramble. That was a nasty move from Saberlight.
That's the exact combo you're looking for with this duo. There's not much more you can do with it. That is playing it to perfection here. As they score a big one. And I will say, 2 bronze heroes on the side of Aurora. The Kunkka and the Underlord. Both bronze, both with no cosmetics, effectively. What are they doing?
Embarrassing. Though, to be fair, Underlord is not a hero you need to play a lot.
I don't think Toronto Tokyo has played it a lot, so...
Yeah, he'll probably be a perfectly fine Underlord player, because that's playing off lane on easy mode.
Especially when you have Sprout spam to heal you up. You have 2 points in Ashfiora versus a Tiny with really high base damage. Should be a solid lane for him as Kiyotaka low again, but still not dead. He is not giving up that kill. And it is draining Nisha's resources.
Ooh. I mean, sure, it's draining his resources, but also draining Kiyotaka's.
I mean, honestly, he's not doing that bad net worth-wise either, because the CS is pretty even. Nisha spent a lot of time investing in the regen punish.
Yeah, but Kunkka isn't a hero that can recover through the jungle like Bat Rider can. I think it's fine for Bat Rider to tank his own game to ruin somebody else's.
Yeah, that's pretty true.
Saberlight outnumbered here in the top lane as Miro teleports in. Kind of seemed like he was dead anyway, though. Underestimating the situation, I guess. What are you reading?
Just trying to see if they changed the Bat Rider value, but I'll get back to you on it.
On, like, the stacks?
No.
I mean, did they just double them and then half the damage?
Oh, he got a base movement speed decrease. That's. I remember they changed something about his stats or something. I can't remember what. So 10 less move speed for the Bat was the nerf to make up for the reworked and new facets.
That makes a difference. Though, I don't know if it makes much of a difference in the mid lane specifically.
Yeah, there it probably doesn't matter.
The pulling action continues.
It is significant though. Like if you think of the heroes in Dota that need move speed the most, Bat has got to be in the top 5 or 10.
Yeah, for sure.
So removing 10 move speed from him is... That tells me that Valve thinks he's broken is all hell. If they need to remove 10 move speed, like that's a brutal amount. You know, Death Prophet, she lost like 5 move speed and we haven't seen her in 3 years.
That is true.
She also got buffed this patch though. I would not be surprised to see somebody trying to experiment with that hero. 100 damage level 1 nuke is no joke.
Man, especially for a hero that wants to be able to dominate its lane. Bottom lane, Panto comes through the gate. V-Tune, he'll get a bit of a help from the dagger, so he'll probably live here, but he won't be happy about it.
He's really not happy about it.
He has stick charges.
He just
he
died
can
of Roche or
teleport.
something. He's giving him the runaround. I mean, die to his golem friends. Take me, brothers.
Oh, he tries. He cuts out of the trees to get to the golems. No! Mira claims the last hit just in the nick of time.
I think he should have just gone in the Roche pit.
Yeah, I think so too.
Big kill for Mira to get. Committed a lot for it.
6-minute power rune doesn't spawn bottom. Still going to be a clash over it though. Picked up the Jakiro and now grab on Kiyotaka as well. He'll get both of them. So even as the Tiny dies, Nisha wins the mid engagement. He is going to be level 7 before the Kunkka returns to lane and hits level 6.
And he gets a regen rune top.
Oh, man.
I cannot believe Aurora were trying to contest this at all. This is a dead lane for them. Like, there's no way you are going here, especially without both, and doing anything this Bat Rider.
Legitimately, I think that's just one of those, like, this hero's out of the meta for a little while. You forget what it's like playing against
Isn't he
Bat
just
Rider.
dead again here?
Yeah, I think so. Okay, Bramble doesn't land,
missed-
nor does the Flame Break. If they miss
Okay.
every single spell in their toolkit, he might just live.
I think he's still dead anyway. They
Yeah,
missed
Nisha's
half
gonna
of it
run
and
him
he
down.
died regardless.
He's going to go try and get the Roshan tonight. He got it.
You don't have
Mira, though, teleported in. Is Brambles up yet? It is. Oh!
I was trying to get it
So
exact.
close.
Dire's
I mean, that flame break cost him the kill.
fortified.
That was
Dire
a
are
bad miss from
scanning.
Nisha. Didn't expect the X turnaround. But it's still a death for the Kunkka. He's off the map. He's still not level 6. That was his TP, and he's going to have to walk from base. He has absolutely no game. This Bat Rider
Dire's middle tower
has destroyed him
And the Bat Riders.
physically, emotionally, spiritually.
The Bat Rider takes the tower pretty quickly if you leave him alone, so.
Yeah, he's going to have to Kiyowaka out from Fountain.
Hey. Nisha going to teleport to the bottom lane. Stop poking me.
Yeah,
Dagger
yeah.
on Toronto Tokyo. I gave you the A. What more do you want? And Toronto Tokyo did have some wand charges. He's still on Lotus as well. Give him the whip. Another round of Avalanche. And the Lotus will not be enough. This is really bad because the Underlord, another hero that's dependent on winning its lane also, but this Underlord wants to go Mask of Madness. Back you back into a Bramble, Saberlane, Boxy, and their duo continues to excel.
Radiant's top
Though
tower
Boxy can just keep bringing Mira up here. Somebody's got to die for it.
Heroes getting involved a lot. 2-1 and 3. Should have a fast 6.
Radiant are scanning.
Rough death for Nightfall. But you got to get
Oh,
free
missed
somewhere.
dagger from Insania. That's awkward. Missed abilities from Liquid are costing them kills here.
Yeah, missed a couple opportunities to snowball this early game even more. Still, it's an empty lane mid. You cannot be sad about this early game as it's just jungle time for Kiyotaka. This is pings, man. Nightfall's just pinging the bat.
So level 8 is when he gets the sticky napalm
That
attack.
is
that
maybe the
correct?
worst boat I've ever seen.
He was just killing the creep.
It
right?
did not hit a single creep.
Oh, well.
He just threw the boat in the river, and now he doesn't have boat.
Yeah, Kiyotaka's got to be tilted.
What was that? I think it quite literally did 0 damage to anything.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And Boxy pulls the creep wave, so their own creep wave goes right to hitting the tower.
I mean, I know they call it ghost ship, but it's not supposed to be
Dire's
intangible
middle tower
completely.
has fallen.
There goes your building.
Thought
Do
you
we
were
have a
saying
replay of the boat?
He was targeting Ghost. I mean, it was Arcane Rune boat. Ah, I see.
Why did he vote this?
Well,
I understand he votes it if he doesn't want to walk up. But then he walked up anyway.
yeah.
Glad we had to replay that.
Dire are scanning.
And by the way, am I correct on the? I'm not in the game.
Oh,
Level 8. Is that when you get the Bat Rider thing?
Dire's
you didn't take
bottom
it.
tower
Yeah,
is
I know.
under attack.
That's why I'm drawing attention to it. What happens when he hits level 5 sticky napalm?
oh, what? Are you asking what
Please.
happens?
Yes.
Okay, when he gets to level 5 sticky napalm, it means that when he attacks, he applies a stack.
Thank you. That's
But
what
that's
I was
not
asking.
that impactful in the early game, right?
Yeah, sure.
And the extra level doesn't scale, so you wouldn't take the point if you're not actually going to use the attacks to build a stack.
Yeah.
So I can kind of see just putting more points in Firefly right now, honestly.
Yeah, that'll help him farm faster, get to his Blink Dagger.
Yeah, I think it's more of a late game scaling thing, right?
Yeah.
Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
If the last point gave you more damage per stack or something, you would take it. But I could see foregoing it right now. We'll see if he takes it. When he takes it, I'll be on the
Dire's
napalm
bottom
watch.
tower
Okay,
is under
thank you.
attack.
Appreciate that.
You took it, Austin.
Okay, thank you for the update, Avery.
You're welcome.
Thank you for on sticky napalm watch. 2,000 net worth lead for Team Liquid and a Blink Bat Rider ready to go. Kiyotaka is very poor. So that is entirely where the network difference is. The side lanes are fine. The side lanes are perfectly fine. And you've got a Sven and Underlord who are both going to be cleaving their way through camps. I am a little bit surprised that Underlord is going this build when he has a Sven in the first place. This seems... Why do they need 3 cleaving cores?
That's a pretty fair point, yeah. I mean, how much cleave do you need in this game? Feels very overlapping. Particularly when your mid-Kunkka got completely debilitated. This is very greedy.
Yeah, Kiyotaka is going to have no creeps to farm.
I mean,
They're
this
all
feels
going to
like
go to the Sven and the Underlord.
Liquid's game to run over.
And then Nature's Prophet and the Jakiro. He's actually the person who's going to get the least amount of farm. Vacuum Wall, trying to dodge the incoming gank, but it doesn't work. V2 might be able to punish with a good wheel. It locks down 2. Where's the damage behind it? Here comes the Bedlam. Here comes the damage. Nisha's going to jump after the Sven, take him out of the equation, burn out the Underlord as well before he can TP away, and an Avalanche hits Mira before his teleport can come through. A 1-for-4 exchange, and El Saberlito still able to buy his pipe in the grave.
This might be a quick game here.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how you're supposed to take these fights with 3 right-click cleave heroes with almost no real early game spellcasting capability.
Yep.
And you have a Fury on support who's not going to offer you a lot of damage. Especially after that fight. And this is such a fast lineup for Liquid. Nobody in this lineup has long cooldowns you have to wait for. Early pipe on the Darkseer, early blink on the bat. You have your teamfight aura, you have initiation, you have catch around the map. A very scary lineup to throw early game fights into. And it looks great until it doesn't. Terrorize just completely screws Aurora there.
Set him right up for the wheel. Pretty nice synergy.
I could see this support duo winning TI one day.
Ringmaster and Dark Willow?
Yeah.
Okay. And when you're this far ahead, you have to play to take their Wisdom Shrine.
You have to get your own too, though.
Yep, they forget about that one part. Mira is going to take that one, though. V2 might be able to get the kill, should be able to get the kill. Just going to slam him with the tree a few times. Leave Nisha. So what do you think the build is for Bat Rider off of this facet?
Hurricane Pike, Witchblade, Insania dead.
You think he goes like AC at some point?
Nah.
Starts building off of the attack speed, or you just ignore that part?
I mean, you want to beat KB if you need to beat KB.
Foxy actually survived here, slowed down. Nah, he's dead. Blood grenaded. And down he goes. So Aurora do strike back. They can't win a team fight, but they can't outnumber you.
I think
Do that in the bottom lane.
I think you're one something in the range of, you know, Blink, Hurricane Pike, BKB, and then you're getting a little greedier with the damage options. Something that you could go Parasma, you can go Octarine for just the lower cooldowns you see on some of the old school Bat Riders.
Yeah.
You can go like a Kaya Yasha type item, right? Sanjin
Yeah, I
Yasha,
could
something
see
in
that.
that nature
Yeah.
for extra move speed, because move speed's really nice on Zero 2.
I think that was supposed to be a lasso into the wheel, but Nisha did not lasso fast enough.
I don't know if he expected Yules first on a Kunkka mid.
Yeah.
This is a...
That's a patch first.
Yeah, this is a get me through this game right now item. He X'd, ran out, saw the Darkseer, instantly bailed. Wants none of that.
As he should. Nisha was trying to hunt him down.
Aurora stabilizing, though. Didn't lose as much off the map as I thought they were going to. Can Nisha find a pick-off? He's really been looking for a while.
Oh, used him again. Kiyotaka.
And he's got the X.
And he's got the X, and he's got the bow torrent. Escape back. It'll save him from some of that damage, but there's too many disables. Surely underneath this tower, though, Terrorize comes through from the side from Boxy, and he's doing good Bedlam damage. That'll finish off Toronto Tokyo. Boxy dies to the cleave, but now Nisha back into play. Goes after Nightfall. A beautiful ice path, though. Nisha fights it and will die, but he got the kill on Nightfall anyway.
Still big plays from Kiyotaka.
Yeah, 2 for 2. V-Tune's coming in, though.
Making something out of nothing.
Hit an avalanche. Hit the whip.
Got the X. He's a little greedy here. Don't have a lot of damage to work with.
Missed the wheel. They got to chill out.
Yeah, this is not a fight you want to take. But an even trade. Again, Liquid not snowballing the game. I feel like they could be up 10 or 15K by now.
For sure.
Aurora just stabilizing, sacrificing some of the Sven's snowball potential. Nightfall's really just been going all out on the fights to make sure they can get something. Has floated.
Sentries and an Invis hero. They'll run into each other. Sad news for Panto as that leaves the camp still blocked.
Boxy's owning this game. Doing so much damage. Kiyotaka, another Yules. It's really been effective.
It has.
Gotta give him that.
Straight to the bottom with you.
You're still on a nice edge, though. You lose one team fight in this game, Liquid get an objective, you will be down 10K.
It's funny he makes this sound effect every single time he attacks, too. So we're just hearing the bass constantly. Mirror will die in the bottom lane. Nisha will be ganked here. Okay.
That's a tough go.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Kiyotaka, on the other hand, dodges the Brambles. Honestly, he has played pretty well from his position.
He has.
You got to give credit where credit's due. He was just demolished in the lane, did not have a lot of play options, and has at least stopped the bleeding, which is all you can ask. He's got 2 Svens on his team, basically, too.
Yeah.
He's got Nightfall Sven and Toronto Tokyo Sven.
Toronto Tokyo Sven is trying to get to a pipe. So this is not a Harpoon Underlord. Kind of happy to see that. I do still kind of question the Mask of Madness, I guess.
If it's just a farming item to help him scale and come back in the game, you already knew the early game was shot. I don't mind it here.
Radiant are scanning. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
I mean, this is a lot of just running back and forth on this bat. It's not finding a crazy amount right now. He's 8-1. It's hard to say he's had a bad game. He's not. He'll finally find the quick little last like I want more of that. Close this map out.
Yeah,
but it is Aurora on the sides of the map. They're getting a lot of farm on these edges.
That's what all the cleaves are for. Clear out neutral creeps. Aghanim Scepter is going to be the choice for Kiyotaka, not BKB.
Radiant's top tower is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Boxy knows with the scan.
Bramble going to be a little off the mark there. Oh, the dagger right in front of Nightfall. The second one lands. Quick hop away at the first sign of reinforcements.
Bounty.
Ganks continuing to be dodged.
Toronto Tokyo continues to farm. He's getting so much space.
Look at not growing this lead in almost 7 minutes. Though Gabe does say they have an 80% chance to win, so Maybe Gabe just really likes Liquid.
That could be. It is a Batrider core against 3 melee cores. It's a pretty tough game for Aurora, draft-wise, I feel. Like, they have to play into Vacuum Wall, they have to play into Sticky Napalm. There's just a bunch of gunk that's going to be everywhere. There's a wheel somewhere. There's a bunch of brambles on the ground. There's this Darkseer Surge, Smoke Cloud. Okay, Boxy. He's going to tie it. Oh, BKB to secure the Wisdom Shrine.
Didn't even get it.
Oh, he didn't.
He stepped out for a minute. They will clean up the fight, though.
Because that would have been so clean. They got 2 hero kills, should have gotten their Wisdom Shrine.
I mean, to be honest, I think they would rather take the 2 kills in the shrine.
Sure, but he could have gotten all 3.
Well, sometimes you can't have what you want. Sometimes you got to take what you need.
He could have had all 3. I don't know. There's no BKB, and the wheel landed right in front of him, chaining up the disables nicely. He'll get off a Warcry. That'll help the supports, though, as they continue battling it out with D-Tune and Insania, though. Not a battle they can win. Avalanche up in a second. They got it. Mira is dead. They look for more. Nisha with a haste rune. Chasing after Panto will collect the extra one. 1 kill turns to 3.
That is going to be BKB done for the Batrider. That is pretty terrifying. You have no control for it. A completely free Batrider game with a free BKB game versus 3 melee cores.
Yep.
I wish you luck. It seems like a rough one. Yeah, I was trying to right-click hit him and he ran out of the pit instead. Or ran out of the Wisdom Shrine, I should say.
Unfortunate misclick. Even the pro players misclick from time to time.
And now Nisha's thinking about that shard.
Yeah, that's the thing. Oh, what does the shard do again?
That gives you the building damage.
Right, right.
The high ground potential.
The Batrider being a mid-hero again is dangerous. This hero is good at taking Tormentor, or at least above average. Good at taking Roshan, or at least above average. Good at taking buildings with the shard. I don't know. This hero kind of does a lot. Boxy, they're going to try and blow him up before the Shadow Realm. They do so successfully. Nicely played. Got the wall out of Saberlight, too. They can't just disengage. V-Tune's not going to let him. He just walks up to the high ground, takes out Panto. Boat coming in. Try and bail out Kiyotaka. He'll be dragged back into the Fire and Flames, where he will burn. Capped down. Next up, it's the Underlord. Tossed together. Nightfall put on top of the Underlord here. Has to use the rest of his BKB to teleport away. Nightfall successfully, but nobody else on the team can get out.
That is an impossible fight to take. Buyback from Boxy into the outpost. You have BKBs on these cores. You can't do anything about it. You can't man fight them with this Sven who's just trapped in all the gunk. This game just, I don't know, it feels hopeless.
Yeah, dude, it's too much shitting on the ground.
Like, what are you supposed to do with this lineup? Other than just go ultra late somehow.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
Liquid's whole lineup just litters non-stop. And do you need the Batrider to hit buildings for you when you have a carry Tiny?
Dire's middle tower.
The best hero tower hitter in the game.
That's not true.
Tower is under attack.
Who's better?
Radiant are
Lone Druid.
scanning.
It's not really a hero right now.
Meepo.
I don't think that's true.
I mean, a 6-slotted Meepo takes buildings pretty fast.
Yeah, but it doesn't beat Tiny. I know because I did all those ESL minigames where the players have to rush throne. And Tiny always wins.
Does he beat a Broodmother with
Outside
1,000 spiders?
V-Tune.
Oh, this is
Left
a bad
behind.
place to die.
Yeah, the team is still a ways away. When he comes back in,
All right, he has to be.
he just BKBs,
And he nightfall.
but did he need to, though? His team is now here.
But it is funny.
It's humorous. Boxy will still find Panto. Can't believe Mira is trying to help him. They want to fight this? I guess because there's no Tiny, they say, if we can't win this fight,
Well, you
might
can't.
as well GG out.
But you can't win this fight, though. You don't have to defend.
Well, then they might as well GG out. Oh, how was that Bramble not latching? That was crazy close. Mira does survive. 14,000 net worth lead now for Team Liquid.
Cruising in this game, too. Darkseer Bat Rider, it's a classic combo.
There was so many things. The Cursed Crown was going off. The Bramble was about to latch.
Yeah, well, that's a 2-time TI winner, Austin, so show some respect.
Radiant are scared.
You're going to need more to that to bring Mira down.
Oh no. Toronto Tokyo. He was trying to build into a Lotus Orb, which could have done them a lot of good, but now that's going to be delayed. His Liquid swarm the north part of the map. And Aurora, they'll try and go somewhere else, but V-Tune is going to force them back to defend their tier 3.
Tower is under attack.
All right, Nisha, let's see this building damage.
Nisha tried to get him. Self-fuels when he comes back in. He will be lasso, but he got off the boat at least. The boat buff might just save him here as he's pushed into a Bramble. Okay, never mind. They really committed to finish him off. Panto too. Now the Sven is into play, but he's missing 2 of his cores. And the lineup of Liquid is very good at kiting out melee heroes. Escape Act, the purple smoke.
Look at that building damage. Just,
Oh, outblinked him. Nisha dodges Nightfall's initiation. And that's going to be a BKB wasted. Toronto Tokyo and Mira push forward with the vacuum on 3. Terrorize to combo it. And the Bedlam to mow them all down.
well, this one's over. You're not recovering from that.
No, you're not. Nightfall calls it GG.
I'm not going to lie, though. That bat shard seemed worthless.
Yeah, I don't think
That
the
just seemed
shard
like a loss of gold.
did too much, but.
Upside, though, for Liquid is they look very good in game.
In production. Neil's gonna pop up behind one of you guys if you don't fix that.
Can I get up now? This also hurts my back.
Yeah, I don't.
You can stick around. We can try cast.
Let's try it.
Oh, you gotta help me up, Neil.
This old ass man, get up here.
Ah, there we go. Cap and Tsunami. Thank
That's
you so
me.
much, production.
Oh, I can take a break. All right, have fun, Neil.
Look, Frost Dragon Facet was in fact chosen.
It was.
And yet here we are against no heroes that would necessarily be penalized by the health restoration reduction.
Neil, I'm so glad you're here because now I can ask somebody in this cast actually knows what the changes were to Invoker. And I can tell you right now it's not Avery, so
What do you mean? Ice
please
Blow.
illuminate us.
What's so special about the ice flow, Avery?
You can pull heroes into the ice flow. They can get re-ice flow if they leave the ice flow. If they're in it for a certain amount of time, they get stunned. The Quas had the amplification and the regen reduction. And then they changed up the Fire Invoker so that he no longer gets a bigger meteor, no longer goes longer. The Cataclysm is still there, but it got some number change. I don't remember what it is. The Wex version, the Tornado AoE was increased, but they removed all of the bonus stats from the Quas, Wex, and Extor. They removed a level from it. Now the Ags only upgrades that by 1. You have to get the other level at the way later level to upgrade the orbs again. That's most of the changes. Neil, back to you.
Well, shit. I guess he's got it covered. Cap, enjoy the game. It's all you.
Thank you. Panto is about to die as well, but they keep him alive. Okay, careful with body blocking. Toronto Tokyo, you've surrounded your own ally. Sir, get him. Oh my God, he just did that.
He
actually
TP's
just-
out like a boss.
That was absolutely merciless. He just surrounded his own support and left him to die.
Looks like we're not the only ones around here team killing, if you know what I'm saying.
Okay, first blood goes to Aurora. Good start for them. Who got first blood? I was busy reliving. I can't believe you actually knew all the Invoker changes.
Yeah, I know like 90% of them.
Look, he's out. I mean, he's not really out because Dawnbreaker.
You need to die for us, Panto. We can't all make it out. You'll be remembered.
You know what? That Enigma, that is Avery right there, shutting the door on me every single time.
So let's see. He did take the Korix.
He did.
So he gets this big ice flow thing. We'll see how cool that is. What Boxy can do with it. Support Invoker. Is it back?
I guess
This
we're
is
going to find out
really
this game.
experimental. I kind of like Liquid's draft, though, on paper.
Oh, Insania's going to kill Toronto Tokyo. Okay, Toronto Tokyo misread of the century there. Meanwhile, Courier's just flowing into
Double
Mira.
Courier, and that one of them had boots on it. A brutal blow to the Dawnbreaker, but you're looking at Saberlight CS. He can't be too sad down here.
Also, what do you think about the lane change up?
I was just about to ask you that, but I will answer it instead.
Okay.
I think it makes a lot of sense. This is going to be a free farm lane for both cores. The Dawnbreaker does completely fine versus the Enigma, and the DK is going to free farm against Tiny. Not a hero that either core really pressures. In fact, we used to see the off lane DK versus the carry Tiny at a certain point.
Yeah.
Because you just stand there, you regen against him, and then at some point you get that 6, and you kick him out, and you take his tower, and it's a nice little map swing.
Sounds pretty good.
So I like this lane swap. Very creative. Makes a lot of sense to me.
Instant Malefice. That's going to stop Saberlight from killing the Eidolons. And now, with Panto coming in from behind, he'll take a lot of damage.
Bet he wishes.
Dies. Mira's going to get close enough for the tag team hit, so they slow him down even further. Looks like he is indeed dead.
He survives if he has boots off the courier there.
That's true.
Those courier kills doing work in the bottom lane. Snag a big fish. And it's just a 2v1 top, but this lane, this is the downside of the Invoker. He doesn't put any pressure on anybody in the ultra early game. So Nightfall can just sit up here 1v2, and he's chilling.
Oh, they didn't even take the Lotus? Okay. All right, they got it. He is going to pick up an Urn soon on the Invoker. That's where things can start picking up a bit for this hero. Meanwhile, Nisha not having the best time against Kiyotaka mid. 17-1 compared to 21-3 on Kiyotaka. He's killing it.
Yeah, he's on it. You can see Nightfall getting pressured a little bit in this top lane. Full stick charges on V2. He is very comfortable in this off lane so far. Gonna trade it out. Show him who's boss. And if you can win the lane with support Invoker, then what's the downside? This might be a little too aggressive.
Yeah, it seems like it. Though he doesn't have toss on Nightfall, so Boxy comes in, helps him out. V2 gets the Lotus. Meanwhile, Toronto Tokyo, Eidolon still winning out the lane against the Dawnbreaker, so it's not going as well for the Dawnbreaker as you or Liquid thought it was going to go.
I think the courier snipes denying a lot of the resources. They get that tri-lane gank with the Furion. Help this Enigma boost up to level 2 Eidolons, and then Saberlight just has a bad death there. And yeah, now this lane is it's gone the other way considerably. In fact, this bottom lane is just getting scary for Liquid now. They can't play as aggressive as they want to go kill the Eidolons, and these Eidolons are going to create a huge kill threat.
Oh, Glyph is going to be used, going for the dive, the Furion. He completes his teleport. Ancient Apparition, the teleport actually stops there. Nisha, all he could do was flight. He had a Fairy Fire, but I think he was dead anyway.
Yeah, it's because his AA got killed. That is why that TP got canceled.
Yikes.
The Liquid are going to have a hard time staying on this lane. This lane just got swung completely the other direction. They might need Boxy to come down here and bail it out, because I don't think he's doing anything top.
Tower is under attack.
Maybe you kill Panto here as he walks back to lane. Little Forge Spirit, Cold Snap action. Not the most damage.
They're running out of stuns.
You would really like Urn charges here.
Urn charges achieved.
It cost him all his mana, but you get the Urn. You get some extra XP.
Well, he said the upside is you can't leave the Dragon Eye alone, so
Yeah, he can just go heal if he really wants to.
yeah, go back and stack or something.
And they're eyeing up Nisha. Level 6 already online for Kiyotaka. No remnants for Nisha to play with. Nice little pressure point here as the bottom lane continues to be assaulted with these Eidolons. They're diving the tower. Nightfall's here.
Snowball play. Saberlight gets a little bit farther away. Can he get out of the sprout fast enough? It looks like he is A-okay. Aurora, big move from them. It does not really pay out.
Oh, missed execution. You should be able to get the angle there for an avalanche. Instead, you missed out on that big core kill with the rotation. so much space for V-Tune in this game.
Nisha gets the power rune.
Rune of
Needed it
invisibility.
too, because he is not level 6 yet. By the way, he did go chain gang.
Yeah, we've seen that. We saw it even last patch become the predominant facet.
Yeah. Now that it hits, what, 4 units?
It's a lot.
Sounds pretty good.
You get Ags in the late game, you throw Remnants out, you just chain people off the Remnants. Really obnoxious in the
Dire's
fights.
top tower is under attack.
As they'll go on Saberlight again, the action does not stop.
This time it will work out for him. So, at first you fail.
Level 3 Eidolons
and-
plus Catapult down there. This tower might just be dead.
Yeah, I think it is.
They're really taking advantage of the fact this Invoker is weak in the early game.
Dire's top
Oh,
tower
Boxy
is
got
under
trapped
attack.
top.
Radiant's
There's
bottom
rundowns
tower
happening
is
on
under
both
attack.
supports.
Panto cold snapped over and over again. He's going to ghost walk on out of here. Boxy's fine, but the Ancient Apparition of Insania is not fine, nor is his tower. Still under assault. Mid lane, though. Saberlight makes a move and helps get the kill on Kiyotaka. So,
Is under attack.
Aurora, it was looking like they were just going to break away with a win on all 3 lanes, but rotation really helps out Nisha, who is losing that mid lane to Kiyotaka. Now he begins to catch up a bit.
It's a massive move from Saberlight. But the rotation's bottom paid off for Aurora. I mean, Nightfall just sat down there for what felt like 2 minutes. Normally that would be awkward, but Liquid kept feeding kills into it, so
Dire are scanning.
works out pretty nicely here.
And there's no pressure for the Dragon Knight because he's not level 6 yet. So,
Should have it here, though. See if Liquid bring numbers to this lane. Maybe they're okay with V2 and continue to just farm on the hero. I can also see a world where they rotate to him and try and pressure with the ulti. That's a risky move, though. Into the Pangolier, who can turn that fight around.
hit him with the Rolling Thunder. Insania bumped twice, and he is dead. Nisha, he picked up a haste rune, so he should be perfectly fine here. Pops it last second.
Look at this, Wolf Eidolon. Helmut Dominator Creep coming into mid.
Got the chains on Kiyotaka with the Urn Cold Snap. That's going to be a lot of damage. The Sunstrike is going to be off the mark. Kiyotaka does manage to dodge that, but he will be run down nonetheless.
That's another rough death for him.
Yeah, back-to-back deaths.
You got to understand that you have 2 side laners free farming right now. If Liquid are going to respond anywhere, it's around mid. Just don't give that big core kill away. Give Nisha way back in here.
Never refuse more given.
He'll get one of those bounty runes. Oh, no, he got both. All right.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Finds Nightfall.
Biggest objective move for Liquid is taking his top tower. Biggest move for Aurora is taking mid tower with the Enigma swinging behind.
What's so important about the top tower?
No, it's just the easiest to take with this Dragon Knight.
Oh, okay. Well, getting a pick off on the Ancient Apparition makes things a bit easier. Not that he's really a threat. It will stall his level 6, though, even more.
He is
Radiant's middle tower is
getting
under attack.
annihilated. This game. He's just food on the map. 5 deaths in 9.5 minutes.
Yeah, that's bad. Bad.
There's that tower. Alpha Wolf does its
Middle
job.
tower has fallen.
They're supposed to have this combo of Slight Chains into Ice Blast. A little quick and easy. Slight dodge will be enough. Nisha is able to jump away to his Remnant that was deep in Aurora territory. Ends up walking back into the Eidolons. Now he's going to have to use more Remnants. Anto catches him. Is he actually dead? He still has Fairy Fire. Still has Wand charges.
They
But he's
really
going to have to
want-
dodge this Rolling Thunder, and I think there's no way out.
They got all his remnants. Got the kill. Worth it in the end.
Yeah, especially when you have an Arcane Rune on Kiyotaka, though he is going to get jumped here as he heads up, immediately runs into V-Tune, who is waiting patiently. Dragon Tail into the Dawnbreaker ultimate. They've got nice chain stuns there, and they'll run down Panto as well. So an extra kill. It's a bit of a swing, though. Net worth approaching back to even now.
Aurora killing supports, running Nisha down, and then Liquid always get the return kill on the Pangolier. I don't know what that tip's about. Seems irrelevant, but maybe that's what it was about. nice
it's
impact
irrelevant?
on the Dragon Knight.
Something tells me Kiyotaka doesn't tip graciously.
It's probably a fair assessment. It's DK's farm. With that kill going in his pocket, Maelstrom already done, complete free lane top. V-Tune's game to carry right now. He's going to get real big. And he has this Frost Dragon.
Yeah, what do you make of the different? Like, if he's going to be carry Dragonite, why didn't he go the Red Dragon?
It has been nerfed. This Frost Dragon does a lot in terms of heal reduction, which
Dire are scanning.
not too relevant here.
Yeah, it's not.
They got buffed.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Actually, it did not get buffed. They kept
Yeah.
the number the same. They just changed it to health restoration.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower is under
So
attack.
you don't know why.
I mean, the slow is still nice. It was underrated.
Ice Blast turnaround. Kiyotaka going after Insania now finds himself under the gun as he gets chained up and killed again. Liquid really trying to make sure that this Panko. That is such a funny death, man.
This feels like I've seen it before. Kiyotaka dies, Insania dies.
Yeah.
One of those is not like the other, but that is the trade that has been ordained.
They gotta be careful with this aggression. Nisha is in fighting shape here with a shield rune. He would love to take this fight. We'll take the pick off onto Panto. Saberlight, he ends up in the mix of things and quickly falls. Looks like he was in the wrong part of the neighborhood there. These stacks. E-Tune still wants to have them. Aurora are going to take them away by force. Run Eidolons at them. We're on to Tokyo, seeing if he's going to get a free black hole, and he does. Tornado, though, and now the Ice Blast. It's going to hit on two. Very nicely set up here from Liquid. No immediate punishment. Maybe they just get Mira off of this one. Meanwhile, Kiyotaka will
it's
kill
Insania again.
Ancient Apparition again. And now he hits a shield crash onto two. Managed to
he's
finish off
cleaning
one,
out.
and now he gets Boxy as well. They're chasing after Nightfall. Saberlight trying to get that kill. He's got a hammer. He threw it the wrong direction. Oh, he's going to miss it. And now he's going to die to Kiyotaka.
Not like this.
The Pango
the
strikes
reaction.
back. It doesn't matter how many times he dies. He cleaned up on this team.
Yeah, that was a great fight for him. He gets Insania first. That's a classic. And then he gets a lot more. This time, Aurora connect beautifully with everybody. Take that Tiny's HP to the max. That's how you get value out of this carry, Tiny. You use him as a tank in the early game. You can tank a lot. You can set the fight up well. And Saberlight does not like the fact he missed that hammer.
Yeah.
Does not like it at all. Big team fight win for Aurora.
Well, that certainly starts to swing things for Aurora. A 2,000 net worth lead. And a Helm of the Overlord soon on the Enigma.
He's been playing this Enigma pretty well. He's
Yeah.
joined everything. He took towers. He's played pretty fast.
He's at that point where it feels like it's impossible to fight into him. Just because the Eidolons are still strong, and then the Helm of the Overlord is going to be...
They don't have easy ways to deal with that, unless it's V-Tune in the fight, just walking it down with the slow. Nobody else wants to sit here and hit it. You don't have easy spells to throw on it. I mean, I wasn't surprised to see Insania just go Shadow Amulet here, you know? He knows what kind of game this is. Says, it's a game I'm going to go AFK in, because I've been feeding the entire time.
Yeah, it might not be a bad idea to just sit in the base.
Curio check, anyone. What is going on down here?
Pull back to slow him down. Panto getting a bit too aggressive. Nisha here with a punish, though. It is taking such a long time. Now the snowball save is going to come out. And even if they kill Panto at this point, there might be a trade-off here. One that Liquid is not going to be happy with. If Nisha dies, Malphist isn't going to finish him off. Avalanche, that'll stop Saberlight. So somebody was going to die for this on Liquid. Maybe Saberlight will make it a little bit of a slower death, but caught by the ice shards, he's not going far. Not very fast, anyway.
Guess who Kiyotaka wants to finish off this little skirmish? It's your boy. Number 8 for Insania. He just cannot survive in this game.
One death every 2 minutes. That is a rough record.
It's rough. I mean, it's just one of those games where the second the fight breaks down, you're just food. You can't escape.
Amazing what you'll find.
By the way, Nisha almost
Radiant's bottom
died on that
tower
remnant
is
out
under attack.
because he got stunned by the croaker.
Really?
It almost killed him.
That's funny.
That would have been a highlight. Well, not for him, but highlight for us. Well, not for you, I guess, because you like Team Liquid.
I am neutral, as any good play-by-play is.
I'm also neutral.
That's not true.
Neutrally skewed.
You mean you're leaning towards hating them? Or you are on the camp of hating them, but you're leaned neutral?
Look, I don't have anything against Team Liquid.
Yeah, you're just contrarian, and because other people like them,
I just
you don't.
enjoy hating on them, you know?
You take part in their misery.
Because I know they can take it. Well, that didn't tell the whole story. You missed the stun, and now I just look like a fool.
I don't think the production needs to help you that much, to be honest.
Orchid on the Ember. What do you think of that? That's very aggressive.
That is designed to deal with the Pango, right? I feel like the one-to-one matchup, like Orchid is how you kill a Pango, how you give kill threat out there. Rolling Thunder got used. He had an amp damage, so no wonder Kiyotaka was itching for a fight.
I don't know if I like it this game, though. I guess you have DK as a frontliner, you have Solar Guardian, so you have some sustain and other heroes that can tank stuff for you to go more of a glass cannon build up here. I just don't know how many times you're going to get to actually Orchid a big key target. It is nice versus the Tusk.
For sure.
Especially if Mira blinks in, you can land it on him before Snowball Save goes out. That might be the bigger interaction here than I'm going to be able to land a silence on Kiyotaka before he rolls into the fight. He's just going to go Yules too. He will have a Dispel here. Already has the roll up. Aurora in control of this game and farming it up.
Dire are scanning.
A scan on the Roshan pit. Do they actually think that Liquid... I mean, there's no way. They see Dragonite tops.
Oh, there's no way Liquid can do early Roche in this game.
So I guess they just knew they were going through top river area. And they're going to try and meet them there. Smoking up. Boxy just slips on by. It would have felt pretty good. Nisha, maybe he's the one to get caught by it, though. Knocked up the air by the Walrus Punch. A Remnant, not too far away. He's still slowed. He's revealed by the Nature's Prophet and the shard that he's got.
Doesn't
Anto blot out his shard, huh?
Yeah, we've been seeing this a lot. It's a pretty decent shard. A lot of damage. And now you go into the pit. This Enigma is giving you objectives along with that Tusk tag team.
Yeah, the Ancient Apparition used the Ice Blast, so he'll put Vision inside the pit with the Ice Vortex.
I don't think Aurora care.
I mean, Boxy can hit a Tornado, an EMP, and be annoying. I mean, you'll say one thing. It'll burn out a lot of resources from Aurora to get this Roshan.
Ice Blast.
E-Tune's coming. I mean, they're taking a lot of damage here. This is looking a little awkward. Kiyotaka responds with the Rolling Thunder. Snowball after Boxy. Doesn't hit him. Slight chained up. Meanwhile, the Dawnbreaker ultimate is going to land on a bunch of heroes. Hits the Enigma. The Enigma not going to die easy, though. Still has an opportunity to use the Black Hole. Catches two inside. Immediately canceled by the Tornado, though, from Boxy. The Dragonite did end up going down in the end, though. Nightfall just going to chase after Nisha here. Kiyotaka getting a little bit low. Self-Yules. Saberlight out of mana. No more hammers from him. He's going to go down. Chains, it didn't land on Kiyotaka, and he'll be tossed upon. Now it's just Boxy left to fight it out. Insania. Oh, wait, he got Ice Blast! And he didn't hit Kiyotaka.
And now he's gonna die.
Now he's gonna die for it for his 9th death of the game.
Ultra kill for the Tiny. Just swinging the tree at everybody around that pit. And man, that Furion, he did over 1,000 damage to the Dragon. Just Vessel him, hit him, Searing Signet, and ult comes through. He's the damage leader.
That's
cares?
crazy. That's crazy.
That is wild that he's... I mean, the shard also dealt 300 there.
I was wondering how V-Tune died when I saw all the cores of Aurora.
Yeah, none of them are
On the
doing
right
anything to
side.
him. It's just the Pango, the Tiny initially, but he gets Solar Guardian Glimmer here. And that felt like the majority of the damage, right? At this point, he should be able to walk it
Yeah,
off.
it's half HP.
Getting hit by the Black Dragon. Series Signet, Sprout, Vessel. Wrath comes, just owns it.
Destroyed. Back in real time, Slide Chains on 2. Liquid trying to get aggressive with it. Ice Blast coming in. It's going to clip the Nature's Prophet for a kill. Mira, though, is able to knock out Punch on Nisha. Amber goes, slows him down, but Aurora, now that the Ember Spirit is dead, there's no real threat left on the side of Liquid. Liquid will retreat.
This Enigma is so tanky.
Yeah.
Helm of Overlord, Pipe, Essence Ring with Brawny. 21 minutes. He's got 2k HP with 50% resistance, physical and magical. I mean, good luck. You do not have the damage to bring this guy down. And he's just the bulwark of the fight right now for Aurora. I will say, Boxy is... I feel like he's landing all his spells, and Aurora just walking through it.
Yeah.
They're like, whatever. We're just going to take the fight into this. We don't care.
Yeah, unless the EMP burn, the mana loss is doing more than I'm seeing. Damage-wise and disable-wise. Feels like Fox is doing okay, but it's not good enough. Snowball, Mira, wrong side, but he's sharp blocked in and will do a fadeaway throw of the Blood Grenade.
This Fury on Hero is just so disgusting.
Yeah.
Like, the fact Searing Signet works on Sprout, too, is so stupid.
Yeah.
8-second cooldown, 265 damage nuke, proc Searing Signet, heals you for 200. And you have to have a Quelling to get out of it, or it's a 4-second stun for 100 mana. Wow. It's quite a spell.
Hey, you don't need to sell me on it. I am #1 Furion hater.
Who's number 2?
Radiant's middle tower is under
What did you think about that one?
Thank you. I'll think long and hard about it.
This could be an early high ground game for Aurora. They are getting really confident. And did this Orchid build up for Nisha pay off? I feel it is not. I don't think he got good enough connections on core targets, and I think he has been bursted a couple times where that Mage Slayer would have saved him. It's an interesting idea, but with 6 deaths, I think it's safe to say it didn't work out exactly as he had planned.
No. If he's having a rough game, somebody else has got to step up. And at this point, it looks like only V-Tune can step up, because Saberlight, 1, 7, and 8. He's not faring the best either.
Need BKB. Need BKBs in general on the side of Liquid. There's your
V-Tune
Dragon.
has his.
Does deal some serious damage.
Radiant's
can stay
top
alive in the
tower is
fights.
under attack.
Oh, the Pinko would have been such a good catch. But the roll up into the Rolling Thunder makes it so the Ice Blast misses. Dawnbreaker Ultimate's going to be used to counter the Black Hole, but Nisha, he's just been stunned too many times. V-Tune, meanwhile, takes a huge chunk of damage from the Nightfall. Tiny, they will beat him to a pulp. Golden status or no, the Dragon Knight can stand up to all this damage from Aurora. 10,000 net worth lead, and ages still to go, and a high ground push that is rapidly coming.
Insania did survive.
Hey.
That's pretty good.
Round of
Avoided his
applause to
10th death.
Insania for surviving the first team fight.
Radiant's middle tower is falling.
Still at 9 deaths, so he is
Radiant's
deaths per minute has slowed down dramatically.
Very aggressive here from Kiyotaka. The man don't care.
Staff trying to get away, but Panto, the support Furion, can just show up inside your base at any point in time. Aurora, this looks like about the time that, yeah, you do some dive in onto the high ground, throw away your lead a little bit.
Yeah, it's a Kiyotaka death right there. They're losing obs as well. A little bit of a throw.
Radiant's bottom tower has
But at least
fallen.
Toronto Tokyo is making good for the space.
They're TPing his outpost. Want to shut down the map right now. Looking at Nisha again.
They could blow him up. It would be sick, but the slide at the right time. Still caught inside the Sprout. He's going to jump away to the Remnant. Mira tries to chase after him instead. Snowball into Insania, and a Walrus Punch, quick punch from Nightfall. That'll take him out. A 1-2
Middle tower
from
is under
Aurora.
attack.
Feels bad, man. Insania's like, not me for once.
The Croaker just took his last hit on the range creep. Dude, these Croakers are a menace, man.
Got it.
Valve, you gotta chill on the AI of these Croakers.
Can we get a replay of that? Can we get a replay of the Croaker stealing Saberlight's last hit? That's pretty good, dude. That's pretty good.
Oh, God. It is, I guess, going to be an Alacrity Dragonite. I didn't think about that. Aurora may want to end the game.
Yeah, but he has 1 point in Exort.
Well,
This isn't.
he still gets the attack speed.
This is not the strongest alacrity that's ever been thrown out. 70 attack speed. Yeah, I don't know. I've not been too convinced by this support invoker. I'm gonna be honest. I feel like it's looked kind of flashy, but the actual impact is different.
Oh, Ice Blast off the mark. Nisha needed the helping hand, too.
I feel like Liquid are just a little off in everything this game. Their tempo is just not quite there.
What a swashbuckle hit. Hits on 3. Nisha out of mana almost. Had a magic wand. Is able to jump away. Kiyotaka still wants him even in the corner. Got him once. Yule's up. Shield crash. No, roll up into a shield crash. Gets a shield. Now blinks away. Nicely played. Tornado. It intercepts Nightfall right as he wanted to make his jump in. Got him inside the ice wall too. Slowed down. V-Tune finally pops BKB. Really wants this tiny kill, but a Force Staff gets him out of there. He's
The black
Shadow
hole
Blade
here.
away, and they do not have the detection. Toronto Tokyo ready to go with the black hole, and it's an opportunity to use it. Dawnbreaker ultimate goes out. Toronto Tokyo waits, and now drops the black hole.
No, he doesn't.
And now
he
drops
doesn't.
the black hole.
He had no mana. He had to wait for it. He will get there. And this game is completely gotten away from Liquid as Nisha will go down. They could not get to their big core timings. The lanes did not go too well. This Furion feasted on him. And man, Toronto Tokyo. This guy deserves some praise because I think his offlane looked sus at the beginning. But I feel like every series we watch him, he gets a little bit better, and he's been crushing it lately.
Yeah. Yeah.
Genuinely crushing it on this role. And you got to remember, he is a strong shot caller, right? This team has 2 of the really big shot callers in Nightfall and Toronto Tokyo. So if these guys are confident in what they want to play and how they want to move around the map, this team is going to be strong no matter what.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Liquid just can't handle the heat.
1.5 lane of barracks taken.
That's an Orchid for the Furion. Committed for it. Just nothing they can do about the Pango. Like, he just creates so much space, time. Even here, you can't kid him, you can't stun him. Blinks. At this point, you're just so frustrated. You lost the fight before it began.
And you're losing this fight too, maybe. As 2 go down instantly. It is going to be a buyback with no Nightfall. Dawnbreaker ultimate coming in. Lands in the middle of them. Does not save Nisha, though. Tornado goes out with the EMP, trying to stop Kiyotaka. He got the roll-up before the Dragon Tail. Can he survive as a result? Shield crash goes up in the air. Yule's a buyback from Nisha. He returns back into play. A blink over to the other side. Kiyotaka really wants this kill on Boxy, but he won't get it. Boxy managed to juke him out there, and Kiyotaka does go down. So 4 fall on the side of Aurora. It did cost them 3 buybacks on Liquid.
Gotta do what you gotta do. You had to get some team fight win going in this game. Have to get the Ember to the Shivas.
Can he Roche?
Have to just get more gold on the Dragonite. That's Hurricane Pike at level 20 for V2. Something to go his way. Some extra attack range. You could Roche here, yeah. Problem is it's on the other side of the map from where the DK is.
Yeah.
I guess you can TP to your base. It's pretty slow no matter what. You might have to just risk it, though.
Are scanning.
A slight improvement.
Well, for now, they're going to try and clean up all the lanes.
Dire's middle tower.
They
Did get
will have
the-
super creeps to deal with.
You got the tiny Mega Street, though. Who got all that gold?
Dire's structures are fortified.
It went to V-Tune. That's super good for Liquid.
That is very good.
So he got the 1100 bonus. That was a 2100 gold kill. As he was 11-0.
Yeah, he's now level 20. Extra attack range.
Yep.
Trying to work towards a Daedalus.
We've seen DK do some crazy stuff. I mean, this looks like a hard game to carry considering you're up against Black Hole and Walrus Punch, potentially kick later, that are going to go through your BKB. Just kind of ruin your day. If you can get the Daedalus plus Satanic, I could start to believe. You believe, Austin?
Maybe. The
Okay, we'll get back to you on that.
do you think Daedalus is the right choice over Revenant's Brooch? I'm never sure. Like, he's got pipe on Enigma, but he also has AC, and Aurora's heroes have like tons of armor. Like Initiation, Insania, Glimmer Cape should die. Caught V-Tune inside the Sprout as well, trying to get the BKB out of him. And there they go. Got the BKB. Boxy hopes to punish with the Tornado. Unlikely, as he is alone outside the base. He's doing this all by himself, and he will die all by himself, much as we all will.
Well, speak for yourself there.
And Roshan is Aurora's for the take.
Well, the Tiny went Brooch. I would agree the Brooch looks like the higher damage item versus all the armor Aurora has. But Daedalus scales quite well. Ultimately, it honestly probably doesn't matter what he buys, he just needs more anything. Esperion is a menace.
Yeah. He barely touched Saberlight, and he went down to half HP.
Dire are scanning.
Disgusting. Please, Gabe, kill this hero.
Actually, I would disagree.
Right, because you're contrarian.
No,
A contrarian would say that.
oh, I disagree.
Okay.
I think Dota's a better place when Furion's in the meta.
Elaborate.
Because then all the guys who continually cry about the lack of split push are at least satiated a little, you know?
Big rolling thunder hit from Kiyotaka. 2x2, almost blowing up Boxy. Nightfall with the assist. And there you go. That's a rolling thunder for you.
It's a nice shards trap.
And V-Tune did end up going the Revenant's Brooch, so he agrees with us. Saberlight
That was the most unnecessary move of all time.
all in for the tower. He got it. Now he can BKB and cannot TP away. You know what he could do? He could ult, get the punch out, and then TP away. Meanwhile, top lane, Nisha tried to push forward. Now the Dawnbreaker ultimate. There goes the punch to cancel it. And the black hole. Oh, we got him Dragon Tail. That's awkward. Beautiful Ice Blast is going to hit on the two of them. V2 might just be able to clean this up. So now without his BKB and his Spirit Vessel on him,
He's dead.
it is inevitable that he dies, especially with a buyback of nobody. Nightfall's just back into play. V-Tune's going to buy back. Tornado comes through. EMP. Nightfall uses his BKB, trying to finish off Kiyotaka, but it got off the shield crash. V2 needs help. He needs a Force Staff. He's got one for Boxy, but there's Panto with his Vessel on the other side. You cannot escape from the Nature's Prophet.
Run all you want, hide all you want. He knows when you've been naughty. He knows when you've been nice.
He's coming to crouch your face.